Hey everyone, welcome back to the replay. As usual, I'm going to wait for people to arrive in the chat and then we'll get started and talk about a few things in the stream. Hello, Little Dipper Bricks. Hello, Christine. Hey, there's RJ. Hey, Mikey. Hey, Docs. Hello, hello. If you can't tell, not familiar with it, from the area, we're coming to you from Courthouse Square in downtown Scranton, Pennsylvania. Hey, Kat. Hey, Alice. Hey, Deb. Hey, Barb. Hey, Jackie. Figure we'd do something a little different tonight instead of sitting home. It is chilly out, it's about 25 degrees, but figure we'd do a little walking around outside, show you some of the cool architecture here and monuments, and then once they get too frozen, I'll head back to the car and take it from there. But it's a nice, quiet, what's today? Saturday night, so. Hello, upstate New York. I don't have any particular agenda on tap for tonight. Basically, I just wanted to do another stream to talk with you guys before I head out on my road trip next weekend. So this is basically going to be a, I guess you could call it an open mic night. So anything you guys want to talk about, discuss, questions, topics, I'll leave it up to you guys. So, hey Jacob, hey Kathy. Hey, John. Jaffa Food Board made it in time. So we're, as I mentioned, Courthouse Square, downtown Scranton, and this is a place that I've driven by countless times, but I never really stopped to walk around. So we're going to check out some of the cool things here today, or I should say tonight. And in the meantime, like I said, anything you guys want to talk about, as far as videos, anything about me, anything about going on in the world, feel free to share it with everyone. If you could too, let me know if the stream's coming through pretty clear. Shouldn't really have any interruptions or interference. Hey, Pink Star. And Jacob, yeah, I'll be sure to check that out. Let me see that. Chats are flying through here. Boxcar Rocks. I haven't been there. I know Cliff the Wandering Woodsman has been. I do have a few locations lined up that he has filmed in the past. More specifically, a few abandoned tunnels I'm going to be filming. But I haven't made it there. So here we have a little monument here. As a date of 1861. Hey, Mommy's Explorer. And guys, if you're looking for new channels to follow, I'll make a few mentions of people that are here. Jacob Smith is here. He goes by Mr. SmithNet. He does a lot of abandoned exploration videos like myself. Check him out. Head on over there, subscribe. Mommy's Explorer 2 is a new upcoming channel. I believe she's out in, I think, Arizona. She's going to be starting to do some exploration herself. So check out her channel, subscribe. And if anyone else pops in, I'll be sure to mention them. Hey, Jessica from Ohio. London, Ontario. Thank you for watching. So we may come across, I'll give you fair warning, we may come across some individuals, I'll just call them that because we are basically in the bar district here. There's a lot of clubs and bars, and the University of Scranton is nearby, so I won't be surprised if we get some drunk individuals roaming around or using foul language, so I will apologize ahead of time if that does happen. So here's more specifically what we're looking at here, Veterans Memorial Plaza. And this is really nice in the daytime. We'll walk around the whole thing, but on the other side over there, they have some fountains in the summertime that shoot up water. We got a cannon right here. Yeah, Jacob, just let me know. Give me a shout, and be happy to take you around and show you some places. All right, Mikey, that sounds good. Hey, Jack Zeger. If the video's loading, just refresh the video. That's all I could say. So you can see how I got the name of the stream tonight. That big sign up there says Scranton, the electric city. And it's known for that because Scranton was the first city to have electric streetcar service. So that's how they got their name. Hey, Becky. Is the stream breaking up? Looks like it's coming through pretty clear on my end, at least. Hey, Candy. Yeah, I'll be down in Florida next week. Really excited for it. Not a whole lot of snow. Probably around 6 inches. It's just been cold, though, so it's been lingering around. Trolley Graveyard, no. I did have plans to go there until I found out recently that you have to have permission to go there. Otherwise, you can get arrested for trespassing, which I don't want to do, so may or may not do that. So here's a look at my ugly mug. Kind of choppy on my end. It could be the Oklahoma weather. It's nice and clear here tonight, so hopefully it's clear for everyone else. Audio is patchy. I'm getting various signals here, not signals, but reports from you guys, so I don't know if it's clear or not. I'm hoping it is. Clear. Yeah, I mean, I plan on going out towards Pittsburgh, so if I'm in that area, I will try and make arrangements to check that out, but no guarantee, though. All right, so yeah, it looks like everyone's saying good. So if you're having trouble with the audio or the video, just refresh it. And make sure you have good signal for your Wi-Fi or network. I'm getting blurry here. There we go. I love your mug. Hey, Harley Badger. Now, if I do miss any of your comments, I do apologize. Sometimes they don't always show up the first time. So send it through again, or a guaranteed way is to use the super chat feature. Just click on that little dollar icon, and you could make a donation to make your comment stand out, and I'll be guaranteed to see it. So just keep that in mind. Florida, we're headed to Panama City first, and then to Orlando for Disney. Hey, Smoking Joe. New Year vlog with peculiar illusions. I don't think I saw that, Mikey. That's the courthouse behind me all lit up. Smurple Urple. While you're late, you're going to have to pay a toll for being late. Hey, from Carlisle. Let me turn this around here. So we have another, who is this here? I don't know who that is. It says directed by the Patriotic Order, Sons of America, and citizens of Lackawanna County. Oh, silly me, George Washington. Here we're at the corner of Linden and I believe Washington. There's a couple bars here on the corner. And coming up here, there's a bar on the left-hand side called Levels. I actually used to be a bouncer there. It used to be called Hardware Bar, Scranton Hardware Bar. I used to work security there. So I'm very familiar with this area. Little Debbie, hello. Teacup ride. I won't be going on that. That spins too much. Hey, Joe. Can I go where? The office is in a soundstage. But there's a bar nearby here called Poor Richard's Pub from the TV show, which does have a lot of memorabilia from the TV show. Let's see. Hey, Angela. Yeah, it is cold out right now. As I mentioned earlier, it's around 25 degrees. Thankfully, it's not windy, so it is tolerable, but definitely not bikini weather, I'll tell you that. While we're here, I'll give a mention to the building with the sign up top, the Electric City sign. The bottom of it is called Electric City Escape. They have escape rooms, and I've done that before. They have 3 or 4 different ones. It's a lot of fun. We did a detective room, and needless to say, we couldn't get out in time, but it's a lot of fun. That's correct, Paul. The Steamtown does have it. They have been shut down, though, unfortunately, for the government shutdown, but Trolley Museum is open, and if you guys aren't aware, there's a huge mega YouTuber meetup taking place at Steamtown on May 18th. I'm not hosting it, but I will be part of it. If you guys want more information, just head over to my videos. I do have a video explaining all the details. May 18th, Steamtown mega YouTuber meet and greet. Thank you, Amber, for that $1 donation. I appreciate it. So across the street here, if anyone's familiar with this, back in the 90s, this was called Tinks. Used to have a rowboat right there on the building with some skeletons on it. After that, it became Scranton Hardware Bar, and then some kind of like beach theme bar, and now it's Levels. So they have a nightclub in there, a bar, live music usually. Next to that is Backyard Ale House. Stuck on a street scene. And this is the same location where they have the Italian festival every year on Labor Day weekend. This whole block that I'm walking around is lined with tents with food vendors. There's a nice shot of the courthouse. And some fire trucks coming. Don't forget, while you guys are watching tonight, before you depart the stream, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. I do have to give a selfless plug. I do have my merchandise shop called Spreadshirt. You can find the link down below in the description. I do have some new t-shirt designs and hat designs, so head on over to check those out. As well as my Patreon page, where if you donate $2, you'll get exclusive first look access at upcoming projects before anyone else will see it. So if you'd like to help support future adventures, you could do that by visiting either of those 2 sites and taking it from there. Also, the super chat feature helps as well. So again, if your chat ever gets lost, your post ever gets lost in the chat feature during my live stream or premieres, super chat will guarantee it stands out, and I'll make sure to give you a shout out during the video. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. Anything you want to see here. Oh, Stephanie, thank you very much for that $5 super chat. Blueberry Cemetery, not sure what that is. Now, one thing I will point out is that summertime, especially weekend nights, these benches are pretty much filled. This area is well known for having homeless individuals hanging around this area, so too cold for them tonight, I guess. They're probably hunkered down somewhere, but summertime, it'd be a big different story. It'd be a lot of activity here. Steamtown Marketplace still in operation. Yes, surprisingly it is. There's not a whole lot left to it, but Boscov's is still the main anchor. And they do have the new aquarium there, which I haven't checked out. I think it's a little bit pricey for what they're asking, but it is still open. I guess we'll sit down for a minute here, take a little break. Got a little vendor food truck here, or trailer. Jay, right now it's around 25 degrees, and my hands are freezing, I'll tell you that. I do have a couple cool cemeteries in the area here, one of which is called, name's drawn blank in my mind here. Hollenbach Cemetery. It's down near Wilkes-Barre. It's dated back to, I believe, the 1700s. And it's very large. Has a lot of personal mausoleums and stuff like that. If you guys would like a tour of that sometime, let me know. I've been thinking about giving a little daytime tour showing some of the cool tombstones there. Yes, Amber, I definitely will. I have a lot of videos planned for my road trip. I have a couple coming out from Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and then a bunch from Panama City. Probably do one or two live streams from the beach. And obviously in Disney, as you know, I'm a fan of dark rides, so I will be filming rides like the Haunted Mansion, the train ride that goes around, the Tomorrowland Transit Authority, Peter Pan Adventure, Pirates of the Caribbean, all that type of stuff. I will be making individual videos for those. And obviously any other interesting roadside finds that we find down there. Probably going to throw in one or two abandoned things too, so won't be a ton of abandoned stuff. It'll be more just vacation type videos, but I'll do my best to keep them pretty entertaining. Now let me ask you guys, would you rather a live stream cemetery tour, or would you rather a edited down video just showing the highlights? Looks like it's a runaway race, live stream cemetery. Okay, well, you guys asked for it, you got it. I may even do a short live stream from Disney while we're there too. Can't guarantee it, but may possibly throw one in there if we have a little downtime. Well, the live stream will be during the daytime because they do gate it off at nighttime. I'm not about to hop a fence to do a live stream and risk getting in trouble. So if we do a live stream from the cemetery, it will be probably a Saturday or Sunday afternoon. That way at least you guys could get a good look at the tombstones and mausoleums and stuff like that. If you guys can see up there, it says Scranton Life. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Yeah. Takes a lot to spook me, so can't guarantee it's going to happen, but anything can happen during a live stream, you know that. Railroad buildings? What do you mean? Can you be more specific? Random. If you look through the trees there, that's the Electric City sign, which represents the first electric streetcar service here. Ghost hunting tools with you. I could definitely do that. I do have ghost hunting equipment, so we could do a live stream ghost hunt. That's not a problem. I'm sure ghosts come out day and night, so could do that. So here's looking at the corner of Spruce and Adams. It's really brightly lit up, but kind of quiet though. But this is a very bustling area. I may come down here in the summer during the daytime and make a video because it's almost like a whole nother experience with all the people out here just having fun, relaxing. Great for people watching as well. Who doesn't love to sit there and watch some people doing some strange mannerisms and stuff like that? Well, Jane, you don't have to be a believer, but still makes for some interesting video content. I don't have a ghost app. I used to. I ditched it because it's not really reliable, but I do have a K2 meter, a spirit box. I do have the mag light, for the flashlight test, and I think one or two other things, but the K2 meter is a great tool for ghost hunting. Hey, Rich Discoveries. As I mentioned too, I'd like to give some people shout outs. As I mentioned earlier, Mommy's Explore 2 and Mr. SmithNet Jacob. Well, Rich Discoveries is up there in Connecticut, and he's another Guy pretty similar to me. He loves everything railroad, abandoned, cool and neat. So check out his channel, and if you watch one of his videos, let him know that I sent you over there. Now this area here, I believe, is where the fountains are in the summer. And they actually have it covered up right now. But typically this is shooting out water in the summertime. There's a lot of kids usually playing here and stuff. Oh, that startled me. That reminds me of the clock tower from Back to the Future. So I take it it's 9 o'clock then, right? Or is it later than that? So who's this here? Oh, Jason Miller. He's in the movie Exorcist. He was the priest. Have you guys ever seen the original movie Exorcist? Jason Miller, the priest, he's originally from Scranton. This is a bust made of him. I never knew this was here. It's pretty awesome. Let's see. Could not be prouder of my roots. In coming home, I discovered who you are. You are survival with grace, struggle with dignity, pride with compassion, hope and laughter. You are my people. That's pretty awesome. Oh, take a selfie with them. Comments are scrolling through here. Let me see what we got. Did I miss I think I missed a super chat. Let me scroll through here. Give me a second. I don't see it. If anyone sent a super chat and I didn't shout it out, just let me know. I'm sorry about that. I'm actually going to head to the car right now because Smurple Purple, I need a t-shirt. All right, thank you so much for that donation. Head on over, pick out a t-shirt. Okay, yeah, I'm going to head to the car. I'm pretty cold right now. Let me just get to the rest of these comments here. Stairs from the movie Georgetown. Bell scared me. Sounds like Christmas carols. Flux capacitor. It's on order. What was that? Ventriloquist dummy. 10:04, something amazing. Rich, do you know something I don't? JP, basically J is my first name, Jason. I usually like to be called J, and P is the initial for my last name. Cold is it? It's 25 degrees. Probably maybe a little colder now. Groovy night. Well, not too groovy right now. It's kind of freezing. So I don't know if you guys answered or not, but I know a lot of you are big fans of my abandoned videos, but are you okay seeing some non-abandoned stuff for a little bit? Like I said, I'll be going on road trip starting February 3rd until the 17th, stopping in Pigeon Forge, going to Panama City for a week. We're going to do a couple days in Orlando, and then finish up in let me start that over. Gatlinburg, Tennessee on Monday. No, sorry, I'm all flustered. Sunday the 3rd we'll be arriving in Gatlinburg. Monday we'll be arriving in Panama City. We'll be there for the week. The following Monday we'll be in Orlando until Wednesday. Back to Panama City. And then coming home, we're going to stop in Pigeon Forge for a day, and then Virginia. So if you guys are okay seeing some non-abandoned stuff for a while, I'll be sure to pump out the videos. I could probably do one maybe almost daily. I have lots of content planned. 2, maybe 3 abandoned locations, possibly, if they're still there and accessible. But, you know, if you guys don't like the non-abandoned stuff, obviously I understand. You're welcome to just skip ahead and wait for the next abandoned video. But, you know, Disney rides are a lot of fun, and roadside attractions are a lot of fun, and I'm hoping to share those with you guys because I know some of you out there aren't able to travel, and watching my videos gives you a sense of seeing the world. So I'm going to do my best to do that for you guys. So if you're okay with that, I'm going to do that. Wait for traffic here. I'm going to get in the car. I got to throw the heat on here. Give me a moment here. I'm going to get situated. I can put the phone up on my window here and we'll continue with the stream. So just bear with me a moment. Okay, should be good now. Let's see if what I missed here. Amanda, well, happy early birthday. I'll be sure to definitely have some fun on that day, and if you happen to hop in on a video or live stream, I'll definitely give you a shout out for your birthday. Well, Smoke and Joe, I appreciate that. Well, Harley, I appreciate the kind words. Urbex and exploring, you know, abandoned places and ruins is definitely a passion of mine and what I strive to continue to put out for content. But if I only put that out, I would have large gaps in my videos because it's not every day you could stumble upon an abandoned location. So that's why I do keep a variety of videos on my channel, just so that the content keeps coming out and it has a little bit of everything for everyone. Let me see. I just want to make sure I don't miss anything else, and then we'll get going here. Hey, K-Flan. Didn't know you're in the area. Gigantic abandoned farmhouse was amazing. Yeah, I agree with you. That's a heck of a place. Old Forge Pizza. Actually, not a huge fan of it. It's pretty much overrated. They charge way too much for Old Forge Pizza. Thank you, Jane. Oh, funeral. That's not a good reason to visit, but glad to hear you're in the area. Yeah, my hands are starting to thaw out. You guys hear me okay? Is the stream still coming through nice and clear? Seamstress, thank you very much. Nike girl, yes, I'm live. Wild Woody at Pigeon Forge, love the go-karts. I'm not sure what's going to be open there since it's technically going to be February, but I do plan on doing 1 or 2 attractions there. I'm hoping to do the scenic chairlift that takes you up on top of the mountain. They have like a little village up there. Abandoned live streams. Well, the only problem with that is that I tried to do one once before and I but came into areas with bad signals. So the stream was really glitchy and patchy. So it's kind of hard to do an abandoned video unless you have 100% good signal with your smartphone device. So if I could come across an area that I know I'm not going to cut out, then I could definitely do one. I did a live stream from the J.W. Cooper School not too long ago, and on the upper floors it was fine, and then went down lower and it cut out and it just turned into a train wreck. Wrong bridge that was haunted on one of his videos. I'll give you guys a... Okay, Jack. Yes, I am live. Who does my voice remind me of? Or remind you of? Where do you want to go for a ride to? Knoebels rocks. Yeah, I can't wait to go there. Opening day, the last weekend of April. And if you guys, since you mentioned Knoebels, you ever want to see what Knoebels looks like in the off season? I actually filmed it 2 years ago. They gave me exclusive access. Just search Knoebels off season, and I have a video, and it shows you what the park looks like when they're shut down for the winter. It's pretty neat. Best place I've been to. That's really hard to say. I mean, as far as houses go, I'd say it's a toss-up between the abandoned grandmother's house and the 1930s stone mansion that I recently filmed. As far as resorts go, I'd say the Nevele Resort, which I didn't put out that video yet, or the Summit Resort in the Poconos. Another follow-up would be Embryville State Complex that I filmed recently too. I didn't even get to see all that. It was so massive. Now I can say I've virtually been to Scranton. I'll have to do a live stream in the daytime. I'll show you some of the sites around here. There's much more to see, including Steamtown, stuff like that. I actually would like to do a live stream from Steamtown. It's pretty neat there. It's one of my favorite places. I've done dozens of videos from there, but I think it'd be neat to take you there live. I need to do this more often. Why is that? I do definitely value my viewers' feedback. So as you could tell, I ask a lot of questions and post polls and stuff like that. So I try to do my best to please everyone. I know it's not possible, but you know, we talked about the cemetery thing in the live stream. You guys said you'd like to see that, so I will definitely do that. Yeah, Rich, I 100% agree with you. They're kind of in faraway locations. The other thing, too, is you don't want to do a live stream from an abandoned place that people recognize because, as you know, there's a lot of trolls out there. And the last thing I need is for them to call the police or something and report me. So kind of have to play it safe when doing that. I have T-Mobile. There are abandoned Disney sites, but if you're not aware of it, if you get caught trespassing there, you're banned for life from Disney. I'm not about to risk that. I like Disney way too much. Starbucks. I'm not a coffee fan. Driving tour. Well, not really much to see in my town, but I'm sure I could take you somewhere. Hey, Paula. Poconos got my attention. Yeah, if you guys want to see the abandoned resorts, just go to my playlist. I have one titled Abandoned Resorts. And I did Summit Resort, Unity House Resort. I did a motel in the Poconos. I had a nightclub in it. I did a bunch of them up in the Catskills. So if you like resorts, that's definitely what you want to check out. Penhurst? No, I haven't been there. Oh, yeah, the former resort condos in the Catskills. Yeah, that's a really awesome one. That's the Browns Resort that had Jerry Lee Lewis Theater. That was a really awesome place. What is that? Do live more often, then we can ask questions and make suggestions. Oh, thank you, Nike. I appreciate that compliment. I'm just still catching up on your comments here. Seamstress, you're 100% correct. That's why I love doing them. I love connecting with you guys. I have a great group of followers here, and I look forward to reading your comments on my videos and chatting live like we are now. Any police encounters? I did at an abandoned mansion down in Easton, Pennsylvania. There was 2 locations on the same property. It was an abandoned factory full of graffiti, and the house was, the owner of the factory was located behind it. It took me about an hour to get there. We walked behind the factory, head to the house, and there's a police car sitting there. And I was thinking, oh man, you gotta be kidding me that we drove all this way, did all this preparation, and now there's cops here. Well, you know what, let me pull out of here first because I don't want to get trapped in here. Let me put my seatbelt on. Yeah, I'll finish what I was saying. We got to the mansion, and there's a lot down here I'm gonna pull to. And the cop was there, and he saw me walking towards it with Jill, and he's like, "Can I help you?" I'm like, "Yeah, I hope you don't mind. We just came to take some pictures and pictures and video of the mansion." He's like, "Oh, is that all you came to do?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Here's my camera equipment." I showed it to him, and he's like, "Okay, as long as that's all you're doing." He's like, "I just want to make sure there's no one coming back here to do drugs or anything." So he gave us a green light. We went in and filmed it and took our time, and he sat out there most of the time in case anyone was to come and say anything. So that was a really positive experience that we had with the cops. The only other time I had to run in is I filmed some abandoned houses in Wilkes-Barre that I didn't go into because I called it like the squatter's haven. There was four abandoned houses that were riddled with vagrants staying there, doing drugs, stuff like that. And near the end of the video, someone must have called the cops and said I was checking the places out. They were in a nearby parking lot watching me, and I spotted them near the end of the video. So it's a good thing I didn't go inside, but I didn't for my own safety. But they were watching me there. I didn't have to speak with them. Once I left, they left. But those are only 2 times I encountered police. I have spoken to some of them throughout comments on my videos, and some have even messaged me telling me they're big fans of my videos. So as far as police go, I've had positive experiences. Once I pull over, though, I'm going to check more of your comments, so just give me a moment here. I'm not going to bore you guys too much sitting in an empty parking lot. I more or less just want to check your comments, and then we can maybe do a little driving tour through part of Scranton if you want. So bear with me momentarily here. Okay, let me get back to your comments here. Oh, if I come to Maine, yeah, I'll definitely get a beer. I do plan on doing lots of traveling. Tunkhannock, that's where I'm from. I've been to Tunkhannock. I know the Tunkhannock viaduct is up there. I've only been there once or twice, but I don't know. Is there anything worth checking out to make a return trip up there? I'm only about maybe 40 minutes away from Tunkhannock. Concrete city still standing? It is. It's actually slowly sinking into the ground. I did a live stream ghost hunt from there once before. The only problem is going into the concrete houses, I lost signal, so as long as you stay on the outside of it, that's a pretty cool place to live stream as well. Oh, Candy, I'm glad you got to catch it too. I remember you said you had work tonight, so that's why I made sure to start it early enough. I'm not a big fan of like the public tours, I kind of like to explore things on my own, go places you're not really supposed to go, but maybe sometime. Hello, Kathy. Electrical Dynamo, hey, I haven't seen any videos from you in a while. Need to see some more sunsets from the King of Sunsets. Telephone Graveyard. Well, Paula, good thing you brought that up. I actually had someone comment on that video who actually worked there after the school closed. It closed in the 50s. The building was used for storage and stuff, as I mentioned. But I don't know when it started, but a telephone repair service worked out of that building. All those shelves and everything were used for parts for telephones, and they repaired telephones for businesses in the area, and that closed in the late 80s, early 90s. So we at least know why the phones were there. They weren't tied in with the school. It was for a telephone repair business. Not a coffee fan. I'll take hot chocolate, but not coffee. '77 Ford doesn't tell me. Yeah, I used to have a '77 Ford F100. I miss that truck. Hello, Earth Angel. Steamtown Mall. Yeah, we just drove by, formerly known as the Steamtown Mall. Now it's the Scranton Marketplace. Cop fans to escort JP to your local sites. Oh, Amber, I'm glad you feel that way. That's the whole reason for doing these live streams, is to make you guys feel part of my YouTube family, and that's what you guys exactly are. Pigeon Forge stopped by Tweetsy in Boone, North Carolina. I think I heard of that place. I think Carpetbagger may have done a video there. The building straight ahead of me, I think that's a church or a mosque. Yeah, I'll never be one to run from the cops. I mean, I've had encounters with property owners and groundskeepers. I've only been in trouble one time, and believe it or not, I didn't even go in the building. I've mentioned it before in previous videos, but I filmed in an abandoned school, and I didn't go in the building. Obviously, the property was posted in the building as well. I did go on the property. I showed inside the building through the windows and the doors, but the building I couldn't get into, and unfortunately, people started tagging people in the comments on Facebook and stuff like that. They saw the video and for some reason freaked out about it and contacted the state police, who contacted me, and they were very nice about it. They said, like normally we wouldn't pursue something like this. We don't really think you did anything wrong, but the property owner wants to pursue this because it is posted, and they think we're inviting people to come to their location and check it out and possibly get hurt and sue them. So, I mean, I understand where they're coming from, but below every video of mine, I always post that I don't condone people doing what I do. Excuse me, I assume the risk and responsibility so that you don't have to. So I just had one negative encounter out of the hundreds of places I filmed, so it's pretty good results. And all I did was I got charged with a non-felony trespassing fine and nothing on my record or anything like that. I just had to pay the fine. Yeah, flat tire, that's not good. I wouldn't advise driving up to Concrete City unless you have a really good lifted truck or Jeep, because there's a lot of rocky, muddy areas. I know people that have gotten stuck back there, and also glass. I wouldn't risk getting a flat tire. Waterbury, Connecticut. Well, Rich Discoveries is up in Connecticut, so I do plan on meeting up with him hopefully later on this year. He plans on coming to Steamtown for the meetup in May, and I'm hoping to head to Connecticut later on in the summer, so maybe we could collaborate on something up there. Ogden, Utah. No, I'm not headed to Utah at all. Mr. Cardinal, I did mention I'm making doing a road trip starting next Sunday down to Florida, and we are stopping in Tennessee on the way down and stopping in Tennessee and Virginia on the way back. Point the camera at your face. I can point at my face. It's kind of dark though. Can't really see much. Don't worry, my finger. I'm just kind of scrolling through the comments. Let me turn some lights on here. Maybe it'll help. Yeah, there we go. Love your videos, RJ. RJ, you do videos? 71 F100. I've had it for 28 years. That's awesome. Yeah, my 77 Ford had a 400 cubic inch on it. Dual 3-inch exhaust coming on the back. It was a beast of a truck. I really miss it. It was nice royal blue color. I actually drove that when I was a senior in high school. I really missed that truck. Yeah, sorry, I'm still trying to catch up on your comments. I don't like to miss them. I really do enjoy reading the comments, so I'm a little bit behind here. Well, thank you, Electrical Dynamo. Abandoned amusement parks. Well, down in Florida, I don't know the name offhand. I don't know many of the details, but there is a section of an abandoned amusement park. It has an abandoned chairlift ride and maybe one or two structures. And I guess it closed down. I'm not sure if it was due to a flood or not, but they did reopen it and rebuild near it. But there is still one or two areas that are abandoned. I do plan on checking that out. That's down in Panama City. So as far as the other abandoned amusement parks, there are other ones around. There's a couple in Pennsylvania, but from what I've seen, one of them has a owner that lives on the property. He'll actually come out chasing after you with a gun. I'm not about to risk that. Other ones want you to pay an enormous like admission fee, like a couple $100 just to tour the property. I don't think that's worth it. Well, Nike girl, I'll have to see Michigan. I may have to plan that in the future. Yeah, sorry about the focus coming in and out. It's just me touching the screen with the comments. Paul, I haven't released the photos yet. Going to be doing that towards the end of February. So beginning of March, I will be making a video letting you know when the photos will be available for sale. They will be listed on my JPVideos Facebook page, and payment will be made through PayPal, and they'll be mailed out to you. Well, James, sorry to hear that. I'm glad I'm able to help cheer you up. Rocky Glen, well, I've been to Rocky Glen more times than I could count. There's nothing really there anymore. I was there recently, I think last month, because they drained the lake, and we saw some pretty cool stuff left behind where that was eventually, I'm sorry, not eventually, at one time was underwater. I mean, I could do a live stream from Rocky Glen. That's not a problem. There's just not a whole lot to see there. The guys are with the comments. I don't know how many more there are. No, Nancy, sorry. I don't mean to keep you guys waiting. I'm just reading your comments. Talk about Rocky Glen. Well, is there anything you want to know about it? Yeah, we got a taxi rolling around me here. Malls or plazas? Not offhand. I'm not a big fan of abandoned malls or plazas. I guess you could say forte is abandoned homes, especially farm homes and resorts. I like those a lot more. Mystery Hole. Treasure Island. How did you and Cliff meet? I don't remember if he found one of my videos or I found one of his. And one way or another, we just discovered our channels. I started watching his videos and discovered that he was in my general area, and I liked his content, so I reached out to him on his Facebook page. Why is this blurry? There we go. Reached out to him on his Facebook page and talked to him about collaborating, and we did, and we've worked together several times now. We have 3 new videos coming out. Well, one was yesterday with the Lycans power plant, but we have 2 more coming out too. The third one, though, is a funny one because we went into an abandoned house, something Cliff doesn't typically do too much. I kind of talked him into it, and we got chased out by an angry old man. So that video will be coming out. Let me get back here. I don't think my face is anything much to look at. That's why I usually don't show it all that often. Park in Panama City Beach. Yeah, there's a couple of parks, but the one I'm going to check out, it has some abandoned stuff. All right, I think I'm caught up now. As for Rocky Glen, as you know, it closed in the 80s. They had an auction there. I could tell you, I'm not really great with details and dates on stuff. I'm more or less good at visual stuff, but I do know that Knoebels bought the bumper boats from Rocky Glen, and they bought the antique cars from Rocky Glen, which may or may not still be in use. The bumper boats used to be at Knoebels until they built the impulse coaster, and they removed the bumper bolts and sold them off. They were actually stacked underneath the chairlift ride up until 2 years ago. So those are no longer being used there, Knoebels. The antique cars may or may not still be in use. They do have newer versions and newer models, but the antique cars did go there. And what else? I think that's it for as far as Rocky Glen. Up until the 90s, most of the buildings were still there. The Comet coaster was bulldozed into the ground. The other buildings were bulldozed and burned and stuff like that. And they drained the dam a couple months ago. Excuse me. We thought maybe for building houses, for residential area. And it came to find out that they're just draining the dam to do dam reclamation because the dam hasn't been serviced in well over 30 years, not since the park has been open. So they drained the lake, and it's about 90% empty. And I did make a video on it, so if you haven't checked it out, you can find it on my video tab. And it's pretty neat to see. It's the first time I ever saw the lake completely drained. And we found the old whip cards down there on the bottom of the reservoir, not the reservoir, the outlet, as well as some other various items. So it's pretty neat to see it. If you guys wanted me to do a live stream from Knoebels, I could certainly do that. Not Knoebels, sorry. From Rocky Glen. If you want me to do a live stream from Knoebels, I could do that for you. Not a whole lot to see. I could tell you where things used to be. But that's about it, though. Let's see. Abandoned dealership with the mattress in the side and through the window. It sounds like possibly vagrants staying in there. The dam is supposed to be refilled after they do the lake's supposed to be refilled after they do the repairs on the dam. $47,000 structures, jeez. I am YouTubing pretty much full time. I do YouTube full time, and I do Uber part time. So between the both of them, I guess I could say my bills are being paid, which is a good thing. Not living the lavish lifestyle of a movie star, but I'm happy to say I do work for myself, though. I love listening to me talk. Well, I'm glad you like that, because I do enjoy talking with you guys. I just wish I was a better speaker. I fumble my words way too much. I think ahead too fast and can't get the words out in time, or vice versa. Oh, thank you. It's my favorite hat. Uber, yeah. Uber is a rideshare service, and I'll give you guys a quick look here. Turn it around. I do have an Uber light that lights up and lets people know I'm going to come pick them up. So if you're not familiar with Uber, it's basically like a rideshare service similar to taxis. It's all done through an app, and I basically drive people to their destinations. Oh, sorry. The way you asked it sounds like you didn't know what it was. All right. Well, instead of me sitting here in the parking lot, you guys want me to drive around a little bit, and you guys could talk about what you see. If I see anything interesting, I'll point it out. Live stream just goes too fast. You're a fine speaker. Before work, I worked for 5 years at Lowe's Distribution Center. I worked the graveyard shift, and it took a toll on me because, as you know, I have my daughter Lily, and working overnight, it doesn't leave you much of a social life or even family life. So I missed out on a lot of school events and special events, and I just had enough of it. So for something that was beyond my control, I ended up getting fired from there back in May, and it was a blessing in disguise because it basically gave me the drive to pursue what I want to do, and I'm doing it right now. So I'm going to pull over here a moment. Give me a second here. All right, I do have to get out of the car 1 second to check something, so I'll be right back 1 second. Okay, I'm good now. And if you guys see in the distance the Times sign there, that's the Times Tower. I filmed that around Christmas time when they lit the tower for the Christmas season. Yeah, Lowe's, I'm not going to say much about it. They were a good paying job, but I definitely don't miss working there. I'll just say that. I don't follow football, so I can't even tell you who's in the Super Bowl. I'm one of the few males who doesn't follow football. I will forewarn you, the streets of Scranton are not the best. It's probably going to be a bumpy ride, so I promise you I'm not running over curbs or people. It's just potholes. I'll Jacob, I'm right there with you. It's overrated. People are betting money on it and going crazy over wins and losses. I don't see the point of it. Well, it makes 4 of us now, Harley Badger. And at least we're not the only ones. I put some music on for you guys, but I don't want to get hit with any copyright strikes, so just have to deal with the silence in my voice. Oh, good. I'm glad to see there's other people out there that don't follow sports. I do like UFC, and I was a big-time fan of WWE wrestling. Not so much now, but I do have a love for it, especially back in the day with a lot of them are retired or passed away wrestlers. I make more in Wilkes-Barre, but I prefer to work in Scranton for Uber. It's funny people say they enjoy hearing me talk because throughout my whole life growing up, I never really was a fan of my voice or my speaking skills. I think I've improved upon them from doing YouTube, but I used to really hate having conversations because I just was not happy with how I sounded or how I spoke. I kind of sounded like I wasn't very intelligent. And I think the problem is I just get ahead of myself with talking and thinking and gets all jumbled up. Like whenever I'm in front of the camera, I'm notoriously known for forgetting things. But when I watch videos or talk to other people, I could easily, rattle stuff off. But it's funny how in front of the camera, though, I just kind of go blank. Barbara, I hope you don't tell your family that stuff that you drive over curbs. I'll tell you what, somebody I do love listening to, if you guys are familiar with him, is Dan Bell. I originally started watching him from doing his abandoned videos, which he doesn't do too much of anymore, but he does like the dirty motel rooms, and he does some pretty good documentaries, and he's got a really amazing voice. He could really be like I guess you could say like a spokesperson for a company or do commercials. He's got a really awesome voice. Next appointment. Sure, Alice, just pick me up in the Uber app. I'll be right there to pick you up. Let's see. Kathy, actually going to be selling my photos starting in March. I do get lots of compliments on my photos, and people have asked for a way to purchase them, so they will be available starting in March on my Facebook page. I'm not going to have a calendar or anything like that. You're basically going to choose the photo that you want, choose the size, and I will mail them out to you. Who's that? Yeah, the whole Dan Bell thing, I do have to agree somewhat. I do still watch the Dirty Room series, but I don't like the new guy he has on there. He lost Will Krupinski. He was a nice addition, and now the new guy, I forget his name, he's really annoying, and he's always picking on Rick Serra. I just can't really stand him. If it wasn't for him, I would be a diehard fan, but he kind of turns me off, so I may end up not watching in the future. But I do love Dan himself as his work. He's very intelligent, and he knows his stuff, and he makes great content, no matter if it's a live stream or a documentary or a dirty room. He does really top-notch editing, so I can't knock him for that. I just not a fan of the new guy on his show. Who's saying bye? Bye, Jane. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, Brennan, that's his name. I can't stand him. He's just too over the top and too immature. Hey, Rich Discoveries, thank you so much, buddy. I'll be sure to return the favor. I tell you, I don't follow too many explorers, and those of you that do follow explorers, you could probably verify with me or confirm that most of them are immature and childish and do clickbait. And what I mean by that is that They do a lot of cursing in the videos. They have horrible camera work. The camera's shaking like you're on a friggin' roller coaster. And they don't research the location, so they don't know the history. And they always, pretend, oh my God, did you hear that noise? I'm just not a fan of a lot of people's content these days. So that's why I really stride myself on putting out quality content that people can enjoy. But the people I do love following their videos is the proper people. If you're not familiar with them, check them out. They have over 500,000 subscribers. They film all over the world. They're currently filming in Germany, where they just got back from it. But they've actually filmed a couple locations I filmed. It's two guys, and it's basically a no BS type of channel. They don't do anything but put out great content. They have great cinematic sequences, great music choices, and big follower of them. All right, Jacob, probably check out your video tonight or tomorrow. Dan Bell, like I said, he doesn't do abandoned so much anymore. Not like he used to, but he was on the the top 3 for a while. He did that one video, Nightmare Fuel, where he encountered a drug deal taking place in the one building. Oh my gosh, I've checked out some of his videos. It's not bad. Not my type of content that I enjoy. Wood shuttle, yeah. Tailing them. Yeah, Josh. The only thing I can say for Josh is he does go to some cool locations, but I'm not a fan of his work. At least not nowadays. I think he was better when he first started out, and it went to his head. Wally's videos. Yeah, I did watch a bunch of his videos. I met him in person at the one meetup event. He's a nice guy. He definitely has a strong passion for retail stores, especially Kmart. The only thing I don't like about some videos, and it's not out of his control or anyone else's, I'm guilty of it myself, but some people put out abandoned videos and they're just looking at it from the outside, just looking through the windows. And I've done that like with Quaker Steak, Lube, and Ponderosa, and the Charlie Brown Steakhouse. I've had to film those from the outside just because I couldn't get inside. But a lot of people, I think, don't even try going inside to see if it's even open. And they're missing out on some great opportunities to get some incredible footage. Explore with us. I believe, yeah, I have. I watched some of their Area 51 videos. They're pretty neat. I do watch John. He was on here earlier, Exploration Unknown. He's friends with a carpetbagger. I think he's down near Tennessee, Georgia area. We have plans to do a collaboration in the coming months, but I like his videos a lot too. We have very similar styles of content. The other guy checked out that was staged. I didn't even realize that. The other, who am I trying to think of here? Oh, yeah, his name is Carlos Palazza or Palooza, something like that. Watched a few of his videos. He's not bad himself. I don't particularly like the people that he works with. I don't know. It's just something about it just kind of turns me off. And I know a lot of you are familiar with RNK, and I don't have anything good or bad to say about the guy or his channel. I think he does put out some good videos, and he's been to some killer locations, but people have accused me of ripping him off for the whole telephone gag, and I can assure you that's not the case. I mean, I could show you videos I've done years ago when I first started doing abandoned locations where I've done that. He typically does the phone off the hook thing. I more or less do the phone ringing. I pretend there's someone there. I do the elevator sounds like the elevator's working. I've done the air horn at a boat. I've done light switches buzzing. I do a lot of different sound effects in my videos. Just because I do the telephone ringing thing doesn't mean I'm ripping anyone off. People are definitely guilty of getting ideas from other YouTubers. I've first started out doing YouTube. I've watched a lot of people's content, got different ideas and turned it into my own. So I didn't get the idea from Rob on RNK. I did see him doing it, but I'm not, ripping him off. I'm not doing the phone off the hook thing like he does. That's his own thing. It's his own style, his own little niche for his videos. And I don't always do the phone ringing thing. I do it sometimes if the opportunity is given to me. But I just don't like that people accuse me of that, because it couldn't be farther from the case. I do, a lot of different things in my videos, such as special effects, fading in and out, my intros, my outros, everything that I do. I'm sure there's someone out there that does it very much similar than I. There's only so many things you could come up with creativity wise. So eventually certain things are going to kind of blur the lines, but I would never rip someone off. And if I did learn something from someone, I would 100% give them credit for it. All right, Huntsman. Jay Christian, see you later, man. Yeah, that's the thing too. It has a dial tone. It would be like that busy sound effect if it was off the hook. So again, I'm not going to say good or bad about it, but just trust me when I say I'm not ripping anyone off. So we're in a part of now North Scranton. We're heading into Green Ridge, which is a city of its own, but it's kind of like a section of Scranton. A lot of big, beautiful homes in the area. May have to take you for a tour in the daytime. A lot of mansions in the area, and they're really spectacular. You can't see them at night though. But we're going to be heading into Dunmore soon, so... Well, actually, no, we'll head over to North Scranton and then head through West Scranton. As you can tell, I lead a very exciting lifestyle. I drive around talking to myself on a Saturday night. If it wasn't for you guys, people would think I'm nuts. Not heading anywhere specific, just kind of driving around. Yeah, there's not really anything as far as what you do in your videos that's going to be copyrighted. If you're doing it yourself, it can't be copyrighted because you're owning the creativity of it. You're responsible for it. Now, if you're borrowing someone's music and stuff, that's a different story. Good night, Kathleen. And I'm sure as I grow even further as a YouTuber, there will be new ideas I come up with that, without a doubt, I'm sure someone else has done in their video. But those of you that have been with me for a long time, I'm a pretty real and genuine person. And I say it like it is, good or bad. I don't try to lead anyone on. So if there's any question about my content, my videos, my locations, I'll be the first one to give you the honest truth about it. 27 degrees, my car says. North Carolina, I don't have any plans right now. I do have some stuff in store for 2019. I do plan on coming out west, reaching California. Probably it'll be 2020 when that happens. But definitely want to do a lot more traveling. There's still a lot more in Pennsylvania I haven't seen though, So it's not like I'm running out of ideas. I just need to get to them and film them. So we're in Green Ridge now, and we're heading towards North Scranton. Up here at the very end of the street is a very old building. It was a former school that was once abandoned, but they turned it into a senior living center, like senior housing. But once we get up here at the red light, you'll see it's a very awesome building. It has a big clock tower on the top of it. Minus 10 degrees in Iowa. Yeah, this weekend, no, not this weekend. Next week is supposed to get down below zero. Not looking forward to it. Okay, here's a building here. Yep, okay, we got the red light. Yeah, this was a former school that was once abandoned, and I had plans to check it out, and now it's turned into it says Goodwill at North Apartments. So it's a beautiful building, and you can see the clock is lit up. California is going to be the Route 66 trip. We're doing plans to do that in 2020. Yeah, I don't mind cold weather too much as long as it's not windy. I could handle it. The only thing that's cold on me is my hands usually. My hands or my ears, but my feet and my rest of my extremities are pretty good with cold weather. I guess it helps that I'm, not really a small, skinny guy, so I have a little extra protection on me. Minus 21, geez. Make sure you have your Snuggie on you. Yeah, I watched the Woos and Carpetbaggers Route 66 trip, and my buddy J Drone, he did the trip last year too, around the same time as those guys. So after seeing those videos, I knew I was hooked. I had to take it for myself. Passing Domino's if anyone wants any pizza. We're gonna continue driving. I'm gonna end the video. Or at least get to the location where there's the abandoned Kmart near me, which is in Music. So we'll park there, and I'll give you guys a look at the building. I believe the lights are still on, and we can see inside the building. It's pretty much gutted now, but it'll be something worth checking out. So we'll head there, and I'll give you guys a look at the abandoned Kmart. Candy Girl, thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Pepperoni. I'm more of a sausage fan. And those of you that are watching tonight, if you watched the replay or if you're just tuning in or if you've been with me the whole time, I just want to say thanks for watching. We've been holding steady in the 80s, which is a pretty good turnout. I think the most I've ever had was 100 and some for a live stream. I've had over 200 for a premiere, but the more numbers, the better. I love hearing from everyone. I know there's only a certain number of you chatting. Out of 83 people, there's probably maybe 20 of you chatting, so I guess the rest of you are just sitting there reading the chat or seeing what I'm doing, which is fine, but I do encourage you to talk if you're not normally. At least say hi, let me know you're here. Oh, I smell a skunk, that's not too good. And those of you, if I don't get to read your comments the first time, feel free to send it through a super chat. But I typically watch my live streams as a replay to see what I missed, so especially driving right now, it's not easy to see all the comments. But if you guys are okay with me stopping at that Kmart, I'll give you guys a look through the windows if you are okay with that. So we're in, we're coming into West Scranton now, which is going to lead to Taylor, and then we'll head over towards Music. Michelle, I'm only reading the comments when I'm at a red light like this. I'm not reading it while I'm driving. I'm just more or less talking to you guys. Don't know what time it is. Anybody on the East Coast, let me know what time it is. I want to say probably around close to 10. Yeah, riding in the car, it's like putting a baby to sleep. You just get comfortable and get zonked out. I used to drive truck for a living, not 18-wheelers. I used to drive a straight truck. I used to drive out in Jersey, and the ride home every day would be really difficult. It would almost put me to sleep sometimes. I'd have to pull over and take like a cat nap. Just something about the road and sitting there, no matter how much you fight it, you just get tired. It's not bad though when you're a passenger. No, I'm not waiting for an Uber call. I'm not doing Uber right now. Although that would make for a pretty fun live stream, but I don't think I'd be able to live stream and do the Uber app at the same time. I did think about getting a dash cam though for my car, one that records outside and inside, and I think it'd be neat to maybe film some of my Uber rides if I had permission from the passenger, or even if I blurred out their face. I've watched some videos on YouTube of people that do that, and you get some crazy people sometimes. I've never had anything really bad happen, but some of the stories they say is kind of funny. There used to be a show on HBO called Taxi Cab Confessions, and it's very similar to that. People get in your car and you become a temporary therapist. And I could definitely tell you some stories I've had since being an Uber driver, so it's definitely a unique experience, but I enjoy it. Well, thank you, Marie. I'm glad you're enjoying my videos. New reality show. I think there's too many of those out there right now. Well, yeah, Uber drivers definitely have to worry about their safety. I mean, you are picking up total strangers, but at the same time, I have everyone's information I do pick up as well as they have mine. So if anything was to happen, you know, it can be very well documented and reported. Do my best to drive safely. Streets are actually pretty quiet tonight. Usually it's more busier than this. Yeah, I'd use my own car for Uber. They do offer a service where you could rent a car from them, but you either have to make a certain quota, which is unrealistic unless you live in like a major city like Hollywood or something, or Florida, or like not Florida, but Orlando. Otherwise, you have to pay a lot of money. So, although your car racks on a lot of miles, it is more feasible to use your own vehicle. Scranton Nike girl, big boss, would you change accounts or something? Coming up here on Taylor Walmart. Could always sit in the Walmart parking lot and check out the crazy people. No, I'm sorry, Nike, I misunderstood. Someone with Big Boss said this is Nike girl. I thought you changed your name or something. Yeah, there's no crazy people at Walmart. Just people that dress like zombies and walk around. Not mentioning any names. Abandoned funeral home. I didn't post that video yet. Not really sure how you know about that. I know I talked about it, but didn't post the video yet. Lord, a lot of skunks out tonight. It's the second one already I smell. Oh, I know there's a bunch of abandoned funeral home videos, but yeah, I filmed the one which will be coming out maybe next week. And you guys will be pretty blown away when you see that video. Only somebody that was hoping to stand out in Walmart, but unfortunately didn't work. I think I'd get better results in Target. If you guys are interested too, since you are enjoying this driving video, I could even live stream some of my road trip on the way down. I mean, I have 10 hours of driving just to get to Tennessee. So I can always do about an hour live stream sometime on Sunday. If you guys are interested in joining, you know, we could chat along the way and help the road trip go by a little bit quicker. Yeah, we were in Scranton, now we're in Taylor. You're in Taylor? So you guys have any interest in that? And me live streaming part of the road trip on the way down, or would you rather just wait for a regular video? Don't worry, I won't be offended if you say no. Pretty easygoing. I don't think it'll be too much to see. It's going to be mostly highway, but I think it'd be fun to do, though. I'd like to take you for the ride with me. Live stream all the time. Well, you guys aren't aware, I actually have a second channel, which I kind of put in, I guess you could say, timeout for right now. And I created it to do nothing but live streams. But the problem with that, though, is that, well, first off, I didn't have near the amount of viewers I have right now. I had around 10,000. But people just wanted to see more videos on my main channel. They didn't want to see live streams over there. So I only gained about 50. I mean, I gained about 50 subscribers within a 2-week period, which isn't bad. But I wasn't getting as many people coming over as I wanted to follow my live stream. So I kind of put that on the back burner. So I may restart up that channel in the future and give it a dedicated use. But I do really love the live streams. I know not everyone does, but I personally do. And not sure if it'd be a good idea to have a channel strictly for live streams, or just to do them occasionally on here like I do right now. So I'm going to be pulling into, it's called the Bernie Plaza down here, and there's 2 locations here that I filmed, and I'll give you guys a quick peek at them. So right in front of me here, tell me if you can recognize this building. What does it look like to you? I can't remember the channel name. If I think of it, I'll tell you to it. I think I have it listed on my, check all these other channels on my main page, but no, it's not a bank. It is a restaurant. I'll give you a hint. But this facade should give you a pretty much a dead giveaway. If you were around in the 80s and 90s, you would recognize this. Yeah, ding, ding, ding. We have a winner. RJ Guest of Ponderosa. I made a video on this. This was a former Ponderosa restaurant, which on the outside still looks very much the same. Inside, they did redo it. After Ponderosa closed, it became called a restaurant called Tasty Chinese Buffet. And that was one of my favorite spots. I used to be a regular there. I loved coming there to eat for Chinese. After that, it became, I believe, the Music Diner was called, or Bernie Diner. And they did remodel it twice. The Chinese place remodeled it from Ponderosa. And then the diner slash restaurant changed it from the buffet place. And it's been vacant slash abandoned for, God, I want to say at least 6-7 years. It has been for sale for a while, but there's no takers on it. There's still all the tables and booths are in there. It's still very much intact. It is unfortunately locked up. I don't know if there's any electricity going to it, but it's cool though to see the outside of it still looking like a Ponderosa. Ponderosa was a steakhouse restaurant. It was a restaurant slash buffet that you were very well known for having very cheap dinners here, like steak, chicken, and they had a salad bar slash buffet. Very similar to like Bonanza or Old Country Buffet, but it was a restaurant slash buffet. All right, Amanda, thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time. Yeah, I have fond memories. I used to eat here as Ponderosa, as the Chinese place, and as the diner, which that's where it met its demise. The quality of service went downhill, and the food pretty much sucked. I'll tell you that. But moving down here, in the distance here, this is called the Bernie Plaza. On the far left-hand side, you can see that's where Kmart used to be. That used to be called Arlen's. It was a department store. Later changed to Kmart, which closed, I think, June of this past year. On the right-hand side here, I'll give you guys a look. Right past this dialysis place, there's a empty building here. There used to formerly be Acme grocery store, and then it changed to Big Lots, and they left a few years ago, and it's been sitting empty ever since. If you watch my video, just search abandoned Ponderosa restaurant. I do have the history on it. I don't know offhand. But yeah, this building here on the right-hand side, this was Acme and Big Lots, and it's been empty for a long time now. I thought for sure they'd put like a Planet Fitness in here or something, but they never did. Golden Corral, yeah, I don't know if there's any left, but I do remember them. So over here is the abandoned Kmart. This was my very first employer when I was 16 years old. If you guys want, I'll get out and give you guys a look on the inside through the windows. Okay. Get you unhooked here. So as many Kmarts used to have, I think Wally even showed it at the one time, on the sidewalk here they had the little tiny carousel. It was coin operated. So the windows are dirty, but I'll give you guys a look on the inside. So the service desk is still there. Checkouts were to the far right. Straight ahead in the back used to be the K Cafe, and they moved it up to the front here in front of the checkouts, which later on turned out to be Little Caesars. And on the left-hand side was the homewares. Far left corner was toys and sporting goods. And there was a patio area. Used to have the automotive department. But look at these doors are still on too. See the sensor? So if I step away, just watch that red light. These doors are still powered, they want to open. So yeah, there used to be the carousel here. Vending machines were here. I used to have an enclosed hallway there that used to connect to Fashion Bug. Fashion Bug is a now abandoned department store, not a department store, a clothing store. And this is my first job. I became a cashier here when I was 16. Then I turned over to a stockman, which was helping get the carts and load people's deliveries. They used to have the outdoor, I guess you could say, lawn and garden section here. So we'll drive down a little farther and I'll show you the automotive area. And then we'll take it right around the back of the building. Yeah, the building is for sale, but like many of the other ones, they're still sitting empty. But I did make a video on the Kmart in Dixon City, and that, believe it or not, has a new life now. They're turning it into a trampoline park. So one of them are being rescued, but there's one in Pittston that's abandoned. This one in Music is abandoned, and many others. So let me get out here. I'll give you another look inside. Yeah, I do have a video on this Kmart, the Pittston Kmart, and the Dixon City Kmart. So here's the automotive area, which closed, I want to say early 2000s. They stopped using it. But you can still see where the hydraulic lifts used to be. Yeah, I realize I showed that. It's okay. Anyone on the street could see it. So this was more of the back area here for the garage, and up there is the door to get into the department store. And we'll drive around the back of the building now. I'll be sure not to show it again. Let me throw my Uber light. I'll show you what it looks like. Give me 1 second. So that makes it easy for people to find my car when I come to pick them up. All they have to do is look for that blue Uber light. Yeah, 2014 Ford Escape. Miriam, have a good night. Blue light special, yeah. So here's the bay doors for the automotive shop. The back fenced-in area was like the lawn and garden section, indoors. And down here, this building here used to one time be a movie theater that later on turned into an adult movie theater. Then it turned into a automotive repair shop for some Buick. And now I believe it's a donut factory for Dunkin' Donuts. All right, Jess, sounds good. I'll definitely love to be your Uber driver. So here's the back of Kmart. Very dark back here. Surprised they don't have any lights on. And there's the trash compactor. One of my viewers told me that they were by here recently and that one of the doors was open and there was an alarm going off, but I don't see that. Wait, what was that? Rock and Rob, feel free to send me an email or message about that. I've heard lots of different stories. So I'll give you guys a choice. We could continue driving, or I could just stop in the parking lot and we could just chat a little bit more before I end the stream. It's up to you guys, so take your pick. All right, Vasile, thank you. I'll see you next time. I am driving, but I'm giving you guys the choice. I could keep driving or I could stop. I could drive around with the blue light pretending I'm picking up people. Hey, Eve. Well, you guys are really, are you driving or are you really secretly Ubering? Yeah, secret Uber driver. Taking 81 people to my destination. You guys are really half and half here. Some of you are saying stop, some of you are saying keep going. Thank you, Eve. I appreciate the compliment. I hate to get in the wrong ride. Yeah, that would be a mess. It is hard to drive and read the chats, but most of you are saying you're enjoying just hearing me talk, so that's why I'm kind of leaving it up to you. Not much to see at night, though, Jess. That's the only problem. It's dark out. Ice rink. Which ice rink? They used to have an ice rink at the stadium for the Red Barons. I remember they used to have that. RC Pro-Am. Rich, I'd give you some good competition with that game. One of my favorites. Old McDonald's. Old McDonald's. Had a farm. Yeah, straight across here, where's McDonald's used to be. They tore it down. It's a car lot now. Right on our right-hand side is Long John's. Used to be originally Long John's. Now it's Long John / A&W. Rent-A-Cops, yeah. There was a Rent-A-Cop in this parking lot here a few months ago. I was looking around Kmart, and he was giving me like a stink eye. Wait, what is that? Heather, that's funny. Oh, they just have like burgers and like grill type foods now. Long John's, I think, is just way too expensive anymore. No, it's not a sheet of ice. It's just a thick layer of salt. I take you to Rocky Glen right now, but you won't be able to see anything. But if you guys mentioned, did you want me to do a live stream from Rocky Glen just to show you an update? Or, like I mentioned, there's not really much there. I'd only be able to show you where certain things used to be and show you the Drain Lake. I could probably do that sometime during the week. Magical Journey. Magic Carpet Ride? Well, I hope you heal quickly from surgery. That's no fun. I'm trying to think if there's any place else I could take you. Unfortunately, I live in a boring part of the area here. Summertime would be a little much better. Well, there wouldn't be much to walk on because the lake is drained. There's only a little bit of water in it now. Yeah, I guess that's true. You know what? We could take a ride up. I could show you Montage Mountain from a distance. The one parking lot gives you a pretty good view of the slopes. It looks pretty neat, all lit up at night. Yeah, well, I don't mind wasting my gas if I'm entertaining you guys, so it's well worth it to me. I'm not reading and driving, just kind of glancing at it from time to time. But yeah, I'm going to go to a new spot. At least we'll have something to look at besides a traffic light. I could always go home, you know, and just sit at my desk and chat with you guys, but I figure you guys get sick of seeing that all the time. That's why I try to make it a little bit different this time. Yeah, McDonald's was right here, right in front of us. McDonald's was right here. They shut down basically because they were doing horrible with business. They had some very poor management in there, and the employees were just a bunch of immature teenagers who didn't give a crap about their job. And people used to wait in the drive-thru like 10-15 minutes. It became really bad. So most of the employees that worked there went to the Old Forge location, and they ended up tearing that down. I really wish I could have been able to film that. I thought about asking the construction guys of, hey, if I give you $20, can I take a video inside of it? But before I knew it, it was already gone. So while I'm driving, don't mind me. I'm not going to read every comment. I'm just glancing from time to time. But if there's something important you want to ask, just repeat it once I stop, or use the super chat feature to make it stand out. Coming up on Wendy's, if anybody wants a 4 for $4, let me know. $4 for $4. They have that special right now. You get a drink, sandwich, nuggets, and fries for $4. It's a pretty good deal. Well, let me ask you, does anyone else out there dip their french fries into the Frosties? That light changed really quick. Okay. Thought there'd be a few people. Right now, if you look in the distance, see all those white lights on the mountain? That's actually Montage Ski Resort. So I'm going to park at a location where you can get a pretty decent view of that. And all those little lights are all the ski slopes up there. Well, if you haven't done it, consider trying it. Get a crispy french fry, dip it in the Frosty, and chow down. You have to at least try it even if you don't like it. Yeah, this is called Montage Mountain Road, and this is a pretty popular road in the summer because they have the Rail Riders Stadium, which is the AAA baseball team of the Yankees. Their stadium is located here, and Montage Mountain has the water park and concert venues in the summer, so it gets very busy, but also great as an Uber driver because there's lots of business. And up on the left here on the mountain where we're going is Cinemark Movie Theater and the Shops at Montage, which is an outdoor mall, so to speak, which a lot of nice stores, including the Christmas tree shop, I think it's called. It's one of my favorite stores. I know there's some people out there too that do like eating vlogs. I think they call it mukbang or something like that, but I've seen some people I just stumble upon, they're in their car eating fast food in front of the camera, or they get takeout and eat it, and they're describing how the food tastes and everything like that. I mean, it's almost like a car crash. It's like, it's not something I want to watch, but when I watch it, I can't turn away. It's just weird. Yeah, Frosty is very much like a really soft, milky ice cream. It's drinkable. So on the right hand side is Cinemark. It's a nice movie theater. And on the left hand side is the Shops and Montage. Don't forget, guys, if you have any specific questions for me at all, feel free to ask. I mean, obviously nothing too personal, but anything related to upcoming projects, past videos, ideas about things, you know, you're welcome to ask. This is a parking lot up here for a business. But you get a pretty decent view of the slopes up here. I actually flew my drone here from once. I was in the parking lot and I flew it up to the mountain there. So it's nothing exciting to look at, but it is neat though. We're pretty close to this ski resort, only a few hundred yards away. That's a good question. I don't know how much they pay me miles per gallon. I basically get paid 75% of what Uber charges the passengers. Let me scroll back through some of your comments here. I'm not going to go through all of them. If there's anything you want to know that I didn't acknowledge in your comment, ask it again or super chat it. Hate hearing people chew and slop on their fingers. Yeah, I don't enjoy that either. Or they chew like a cow, you know, like that's not really attractive. I'll give you some more of my ugly mug here. He's touching me. I don't know what that's referring to. What part of PA do you lovey? I think he meant live in, but I'm just outside of Scranton. A plumber. Now, for a while, people thought I was a Bruce Willis stunt double. Wondered how anyone could have spotted you. It's the Uber. Is this Riverview in Highlands? No, we're not in. I don't even know where that is. Making me hungry. I'm getting hungry myself. Mukbangs. There's the guy I do follow. His name is Rick Mamana. I don't know if you heard of him. He's located down in Easton, Pennsylvania. It's more or less a food channel, cooking channel. He does a lot of like pressure cooker stuff and air fryer stuff, but he's quite a character though. If you haven't checked out his channel, head on over there, watch one of his videos. He does a lot of videos too from like restaurants. He goes to buffets and stuff. But he's an older guy, but he's really like kind of childish, but it's entertaining. Abandoned mines legal to enter? Technically, no. I mean, more specifically, if they're posted, you know, private property, no trespassing, keep out, you could get into potentially more trouble. Some of them aren't posted, and that's why myself and others don't really share the locations, because people do like to explore them, and if they become known of the location, they usually get gated up or capped off. Central Pennsylvania, I guess. How far are you from Allenwood, Pennsylvania? I've been out there for the abandoned bunkers. Yeah, I do a great job keeping my car clean for Uber. I really stride myself on kind of OCD with keep my car nice and clean. I get a lot of compliments on it too. People say, man, this is the cleanest Uber car I've ever been in. I wouldn't say ugly, but I have a huge head. Just not a big fan of it sometimes. Yeah, I've been considered a I look like for Bruce Willis, Vin Diesel when I shave, and also Goldberg the wrestler. Maybe I should start going around pretending to be Bruce Willis, see if I get some marketing deals or autograph signings. Yeah, I used to be a skier big time until my early 20s and I stopped. Yeah, well, I agree with you. Mines are very dangerous, but I do take the proper precautions. I do have lots of safety equipment, and I do a lot of research on them, and I go into places that are known to be better than others, so I don't wander in just to any location. I do my research about it, and usually I have Cliff or someone else with me. Paula, yeah, you could. You don't need to have Facebook, though, to view my photos. My JPVideos Facebook page is public, so you don't need to have a Facebook account to view it. If you go down to my video description, I have my Facebook link there. You should be able to click on it and view that page without having to sign in. And once you're able to choose the photos that you want, you can actually email me, which obviously anyone can do, to tell me what photos you want, and we could do it that way. Plumbing. I don't have any plumbing shirts. I know Mike has a shirt that has a plumber's crack t-shirt with like the girl's cleavage as the butt crack on the back. Sayer. I don't think I've ever been to Sayer, if that's how you pronounce it. Oh, big hat means big head means a big hat. Just like a big foot means big shoes. Yeah, there are coal mine tours. I actually plan on filming them. The Lackawanna Economy coal mine tour I've taken lots of times when I was younger. I'm going to make a video of it this spring, and I'm going to head out to the Pioneer Coal Mine Tunnel in Ashland to film that as well. Don't look like Goldberg. I don't know. I guess maybe if I wear like a sleeveless shirt because I have tattoos and bigger arms, might resemble Goldberg. Ah, okay. That makes sense. Just wear your hat. So there, you're saying that you don't like my ugly head. I'm just joking with you. Okay, seamstress, let me know about that. Hope you're packing. Well, it depends on what you're talking about. Oh, thank you, V. Yeah, that. If you guys wonder why he wears that shirt, because of the whole grandmother's house thing, I accidentally filmed his butt crack, and it more or less made him famous from that. I've gotten probably over 100 comments saying, "Oh my God, I saw his butt crack." It wasn't intentional, I promise you that. But he went with it and got that shirt and made a pretty funny bit out of it. Nadine and V. That's funny. I'm trying to scroll through comments here. Yeah, I always have protection on me, especially when going to abandoned places. Yeah, well, coal mine tours I definitely won't be able to live stream. No cell service underground. Well, I mean, the Pioneer Coal Mine Tunnel tour is open to the public, so anyone could come there. I could definitely let you know when I'm going there. People could meet me there if you want. That's not a problem. I can't really stop anyone from coming. Hey, Adam Z. Glad to hear you're going to be coming to the meetup in May. Looking forward to that event. Yeah, Lackawanna Coal Mine Tunnel is pretty awesome. It's different from the Pioneer Tunnel. Pioneer Tunnel goes into the mountain. Lackawanna County Coal Mine Tour goes down an incline shaft, which is, I think, about 300 feet underground. Well, thank you, Eve. I'm glad you think that. I never considered myself a handsome guy. I think I look better now that I did when I was younger. In high school, never had anyone interested in me as far as girlfriends, but I look more like Goldberg to me. I guess maybe I'll turn into, what's his name? That one actor. Is it? I can't remember his name, but basically he gets better looking the older he gets. Nancy, you're 100% right. When I first started doing the mines, I wasn't really knowledgeable. I kind of just wandered in there without any equipment or knowledge, but a few people contacted me, reached out, and told me what I should be doing. Did lots of research, and I'm very much more aware of the dangers now. And obviously, I had to buy some expensive equipment to look out for those dangers, so I don't encourage anyone to wander into an abandoned mine. Well, thank you, Jess. If you, let me see here. So, if there's interest, I could let you guys know when I'm doing the Pioneer Tunnel mine tour and when I'm doing the Lackawanna Coal Mine tour. If anyone wants to join me on that, you're welcome to. I think it'd be pretty fun to do it as a group. It wouldn't be like a meetup event. It would just be, just doing that for the day or for the couple hours, but I'm not opposed to having any company with me. Thank you, Nancy. I do stride myself on being entertaining and informative because I mentioned earlier there's a lot of YouTubers out there now that do abandoned stuff. They don't take the time and effort to research the locations, and that's at least half the part of it to make a good video. I wouldn't make a good actor. I smile way too easily. If I try to play a joke on someone, I start smirking. I can't keep a straight face. But when I do have a straight face, people think I'm angry or mean or going to kill them. I don't know. It's kind of... it's a weird situation I have with my face. What do you do for fun in Scranton? Well, one of the things I like to do is go to Steamtown, obviously. I'm a big fan of the railroad. Honestly, I don't do a whole lot as far as like touristy stuff, obviously. I just get out and explore, going to abandoned locations or hiking, at Ricketts Glen or, going to Knoebels. That's what I do for fun. I don't do anything specific. I like taking my daughter to different places, showing her different things, going on my motorcycle. You can have a straight face. Maybe when I'm sleeping, I have a straight face. I just get to tell I'm almost the whole time I have a smirk on my face. Some of these comments are pretty funny. Another thing I could mention too, if you guys remember Adam T, he's in my videos a lot. Not my videos, my comments and my chats. Me and him are organizing a informal meetup at Centralia, I think for April 20th. And he's a very knowledgeable individual for the town of Centralia. And we plan on checking out the location where the gentleman, Todd Dombrowski, I think his name is, fell into the sinkhole. He's going to show us that. We're going to make a video about it, as well as the old playground and where the fire actually started. He knows where all that stuff is. So we're going to do a video there. And if anyone would like to join us, you're welcome to. I will make a more formal announcement about it with all the details. But if you guys have interest in joining us at Centralia coming up in April, you're welcome to. Stephanie, thank you so much. Have a good night. Imaginary friend. I'm not imaginary. Yes, going back to Centralia once again. Thanks, Jimmy. Yeah, Westmont Sanitarium I did do a video on. And that place is pretty much no longer. That was bought, I think, back in November. And if it hasn't already started, it's being demolished, what's left of it. Yeah, the steam Yeah, you can find Steam now, and it's not overgrown, so yeah, very true about that. Well, Nike girl, I'll have to keep that in mind for a future time. How many miles on your Ford? 74,000. Night, Jess. Thanks for stopping by. I don't know. There's too many answers as to why I didn't have girlfriends in high school. If you guys ever want to hear stories about some of my Uber passengers, let me know. I could probably discuss that in another live stream. I think part of the problem too is that I don't like that I have the gray. I've had these since my late 20s, the gray hairs on my beard. So it makes me look older than I am. Like when I was like 18, I used to look like I was like about 23. Now that I'm 37, I think I look like I'm about 47. I don't like it. Uber stories with Jay. Well, I don't think asking someone how old they are is hitting on them, so that's not a problem. Now, I guess the grays give you character. Someone says, you know, I do sometimes shave all the way off, and it makes me look a little bit younger, but I enjoy having like a scruff or a trim beard. Pronounce Kathy's last name, please. Kathy who? Uber passengers gone wild. Kathy's last name, there's no way I could pronounce that. I would feel wrong if I butchered it. Yeah, Adam, I actually started out down in downtown Scranton around the courthouse, and we did a little bit of a driving, and now I'm parked here kind of near Montage Mountain. Oh, Rich, no one likes to brag that you had a bunch of girlfriends in high school. That's okay, Eve. I know what you meant. I was just joking around with you. Uber Tuber. Hey, that'd be a good channel name. Modjeski. Okay, that's not that bad. It looks much worse. Well, J stands for J, which is short for Jason, and P is the initial of my last name. Youngest one here. How old are you? Well, I can tell you one quick story that I had, which it's not really what's that? No, I didn't go to the release the Knox Mine documentary. I didn't know there was one. I did make a video of myself about Knox Mine. I'm not giving away any personal info. People know my name's Jason. I'm not going to give away my last name. Too many unwanted listeners out there. One quick story I had though, my first few months of doing Uber, I picked up a gentleman from a low-income housing area, which I'm not judging it, just telling you the details of the story, but low-income housing, he was dressed kind of sloppily, he was all sweaty and everything like that, and I had to take him to an area in Wilkes-Barre called Sherman Hills, and those of you that are from the area know that's a very drug, gang, violent area. It's basically an apartment complex that's notoriously known for having a lot of police called there on a regular basis. So I had to take him there, and it was a two-part trip. So normally when I take someone, I take them and I drop them off. This was a two-part trip where I had to take him there, wait for him, and then bring him back where I picked him up from. So I took him there, and he's like, all right, I'll be out in a few minutes. And typically we're only supposed to wait 3 to 5 minutes. Turned out to be closer to 15 minutes, and I was getting ready to cancel the ride, but he came running back and had a bag with him, and he got in the car, and his eyes were all bloodshot and everything like that, and he didn't say a word. He was just acting really weird, and I could tell he did something as far as drugs when he was up there, and either bought stuff or sold stuff or something, but he came running back. He's like, all right, Larry, let's get out of here. And pretty sure I took him to do a drug deal of sorts, and I wasn't really too fond knowing that, especially knowing how he was in the car. He could have been tweaking out or something like that, so it was a kind of unnerving experience. Thankfully, it was during the daytime, which felt a little bit better, but you have no way of knowing, though, where you're taking people or what their intentions are until it actually happens. So that's one of my more negative experiences, but it could have been worse. And if I was to get pulled over, obviously I wouldn't be held responsible. I'm just an Uber driver. I don't know where people are going until they're in the car. I don't know what they're doing when they leave the car, but it could have turned into an ugly situation. So you do have some things like that to worry about. I also have some funny stories too with people's, I guess you could, not to go into too much detail, but I had a gentleman that I picked up at the airport to take to a hotel, and he was more or less very flirtatious with me, so to speak. So I'll leave it at that. I'll finish that story another time. Longest ride, I had to take someone from the airport here, Scranton Airport, all the way to Connecticut. Now, I didn't tell the cops because I don't have 100% proof. I don't know what was in the bag. All I could tell is the way he looked. His whole demeanor and his look changed from when he got back in the car. So he did something, whether it was weed or heroin or something, but he did something, and he was acting like he wanted to get out of there really quick. So yeah, I'm probably going to pick up a dash cam in the near future. Well, thank you, Evie. I love chatting with you and everyone else. This is a highlight for my Saturday night, as sad as it is. "59 still alive." Well, I think they say 40's the new 20, so I'm still a teenager. Machi-eski? Oh, that's a difficult name. Smurple 2, if I'm not mistaken, are you one of my tier 2 patrons on Patreon? $10 and above? I'm just curious if you're the one or not. If not, it's okay. I'm just trying to remember who it is. Uber territory, I primarily work the airport, and then I'll venture off into either downtown Scranton or Wilkes-Barre. Okay, well, just let you know, as you know, Tier 2 does have your name appear in one of my videos, so the abandoned funeral home video will be coming out in the near future, probably in the next week or two. So look for that in that video. Your name will be on that video, as well as the other Tier 2 patrons. Maybe at the casino live then. Yeah, they're not too fond of filming at the casino. I used to work there. Hospital Hazleton, as far as I know, it's still there and just in worse shape than it used to be. I guess they can't come up with the funding to tear it down. All right, Paula, I didn't even see you sitting there. Thanks for stopping by tonight. They're starting to shut the lights off in the mountain. I guess they're closed already. Yeah, it's after 10 o'clock. So if anyone joined me late, you're welcome to go back and watch the replay, but we just started out in downtown Scranton, abandoned Bassett Lake Slaughterhouse. And I did do a slaughterhouse. I don't know if that's the same one or not. We had to kind of walk through a fields to get to it, but started out in downtown Scranton, and we talked about doing a live stream in the cemetery in the near future. That's going to have to be a weekend afternoon video. Talked about doing a live stream next week when I do my road trip for the first day. I'll either do the live stream on the way to Tennessee or on the way to Florida. I'm not sure, but I will live stream part of the road trip. Hey, Jay Christian, you're back again. And we talked about me doing some roadside attractions, some abandoned stuff, and a lot of Disney videos down in Orlando. So that's going to be the content coming out in the coming weeks. I do have more abandoned stuff to put out in the meantime. I have about 7 more videos to release on top of what I'm going to be filming on my road trip adventures. So yeah, I used to work up at Montage as well too. I used to be a ski technician there. AC, yeah, probably not as stringent there. I didn't want to watch the slaughterhouse one. I love animals. I think you commented that you watched it because I didn't really show anything graphic or make anything negative about it, so I did a bit of a ghost hunt there too. Oh, Nike Girl, the piece of advice I could give you is film things that interest you. There's a lot of popular channels out there, anywhere from gaming to exploring to food to shopping. Just film what interests you. Don't try to follow what someone else does. I guarantee if whatever you like, there's people out there that will like it too. All the videos I film are things that interest me, whether it's Knobles, railroad, model railroading, exploring, product reviews, everything I film is pretty much stuff that interests me. So I know it doesn't interest everyone out there, but I guarantee there's someone out there that's going to like what you do. Good night, Chevik, sorry. Well, Eve, not sure where you're located specifically, but we do have meetup events. One is at Steamtown in May. It's being hosted by Sparky 107. And right now I think there's over 80 people confirmed for that meetup event. It's going to be one of the biggest ones I've ever attended, or the biggest one I've ever attended, and one of the biggest ones I've heard about. So if you're a YouTuber, non-YouTuber, you have months in advance to come to this meetup event to meet myself and dozens of other YouTubers and viewers. So even if you're not a fan of railroad stuff, or if you are, or just like to meet me, want to hang out with me, that's a great opportunity. Just check out my video on it. I posted it a few weeks ago, but everyone and anyone is encouraged to come. Live stream a walk to the mailbox one time. Yeah, it's amazing what people will watch. It's baffling sometimes. Hey RJ, it'd be cool to have you come there. I will be at the Pioneer Coal Mine Tunnel before that meetup event though. Probably, depending on when they open. I'm not sure if it's March or April, but I will probably be at the Pioneer Coal Mine Tunnel before the meetup event. 40 Fort Cemetery. The one I'm going to be checking out is Hollenbach Cemetery down on River Street in Wilkes-Barre. There's also up on Snake Road, it's called, which goes up towards Ransom. There's a cemetery with an older section to it, and it's up on the mountain, and it's in a creepy area. I did a ghost hunt there before I ever started doing YouTube, and we got some pretty creepy feelings back there. So it may be a place I could go to do a nighttime video there. A video of my haunted cat. Texting his phone, he passed out drunk. Well, Heather, I guess you went out with a bang then. Old cemeteries, yeah, I think it dates back to the 1700s. I asked earlier if you guys would like to see a live stream from a cemetery. Most of you said yes, so on a particular weekend during the day, I'll give you guys a tour of the cemetery. We'll walk around, check out some of the cool headstones. Altoona, yeah, I've been to Altoona once before. Farthest I've been recently, though, is Ellenwood, which is not too far from Williamsport. But I'm always open to meeting you guys and getting to know you and hanging out and possibly doing collaborations with certain people. Wilkesboro, which is where I live. Oh, you're in Wilkes-Barre? I didn't know you're that close. I'm only like 20 minutes away from you. Okay, so yeah, Altoona, I'm about, I think about 4 hours away. But I can always make a return trip to the abandoned bunkers in Allenwood. You could always maybe meet there sometime, and hopefully it won't be too far of a trip for you. Thunder Mifflin Scranton branch. I didn't even know you guys were in here. All right, have a good night. Oh, that's cool, Jay. I didn't know that. Scranton branch. Okay. Oh. Okay, yep. My mistake. Wilkesboro. I thought you said Wilkes-Barre. I understand now. Can disabled people come to the railroad meetup? Yeah, Steamtown is a national park, and it's open to everyone. It's handicap accessible. At least as far as the museum and the building grounds go. Obviously, to hop on a train ride or something like that, you'd have to do some stepping. But the building itself, the roundhouse area, very family friendly and handicap accessible. The Allenwood is it's a town which was called Elvira, and their government came in through eminent domain, raised the town, and built 150 concrete bunkers for, I think it was for World War II, to store TNT. And I made a video of that place, and we also had a meetup there this past summer, which Jacob Smith made it out to, and a bunch of other people. But unfortunately, it was raining, so it was kind of a downer, but it was still cool to be there. Yeah, Concrete City I've been to. I've done a ghost hunt there. I made a video about the place with drone footage. Well, Alice, I know you're in the area, so you definitely should come out to one of the events. Steamtown, I think, will be right up your alley. Even if you don't stay for a while, we're meeting in the parking lot for 8:30 just to kind of mingle with everyone, and then I think Steamtown opens at 9, and then we'll kind of go check that out. Oh, geez, the comments are flying here. Can we have NIPA Pizza Tour meetup? If you want to organize it, go right ahead. I'll probably come. I love pizza. Yeah, I bought my spirit box off of Amazon. I forget what I paid, but I bought it, and it came with a little external speaker that you charge up and you plug it in to get better audio. Tiki Tricks. I've heard of them. I never saw any of their videos. Not looking to be famous. I just want to have a great following of people and make sure my views get out there, because it's not really worth making videos if people don't watch the videos, you know. And don't forget too, that's a great thing that you mentioned that. If you guys aren't aware, I made an announcement about the whole YouTube notification thing, and just to briefly recap it without going into much detail, YouTube changed their algorithm and their system so that when you subscribe to someone, you must turn on the notification bell, and you must either like and or comment on the person's video to show that you're an active viewer. If you don't, you won't be notified of their videos and could potentially be unsubscribed from that person's channel. So whenever you watch my videos, make sure you have your bell turned on, verify it's turned on, and either like and or comment on my videos to show activity that you're watching my videos. And that way you'll be notified in the future. So Cape. I think I drove by those, Adam. We were on a coastal highway coming from Maryland, and there was a bunch of abandoned bunkers. We couldn't get into them though, but they were like lookout towers. I don't know if that's the same thing or not. Bye, Big Boss. Alice, it's May 18th. There's a video on my channel with all the details. Huff Paranormal on YouTube. Nike, I do have a Spirit Box. Eve, I don't have the prices offhand. It's done through Spreadshirt. So if you go to the link down in the description, all the prices and all my merchandise are there. I think I have about 10 pages worth of merchandise. I have cell phone holders, I have hats, mugs, drawstring backpacks, t-shirts, hoodies, and I have some new designs out there too. So check it out. Should be something there you like, and the prices are listed. I never checked out the aquarium at Steamtown. I just don't think it's worth the asking price. Car show meet and greet, yeah, it's not a bad idea. I don't know where I would have it at, but speaking of which, I mentioned it in my last live stream. We're organizing a meetup event in June, one that I'm going to be partly responsible for. I think me and Cliff are working on it together, but we do have, I don't know why it's getting blurry. We do have 5 locations in mind. I'm actually going to put up a poll on my YouTube community tab, polling you guys to see which ones you would be interested in. So we have 4 locations in Pennsylvania, 1 in New Jersey for a June meetup event. So look for that poll coming out in the next week or two. And if you're not familiar with the locations, I encourage you to do some Google researching on it to find out what's there. One of them, I can tell you right now, is Gettysburg. That's one of the locations. And one of them is going to be a state park for like a type of cookout get-together. The other 3, though, are pretty cool locations as well. So if you're not familiar with them, Google it first before you vote. And the majority that turns out in the poll will most likely go with that location for the meetup event. That'll be in June. Yeah, the PA Turnpike section, 13-mile stretch with, I think it's Rays Hill Tunnel, Sidling Hill Tunnel. I do plan on going there. Yeah, as far as Steamtown goes, it's very much handicap accessible. Like I said, getting on the train is a different story. But I do believe they even have a handicap lift for some of the train cars. So that's okay, RJ, no problem. Photos won't be available through that website. Photos will be available through my JPVideos Facebook page. I'm going to create a new folder, and all my photos will be numbered, obviously with a watermark so no one could copy them. But you're going to go there, basically choose the number of the photo that you want and the size that's available, and you'll either message me on Facebook or email to confirm your order. Once I confirm it with you, you'll make your payment through PayPal, and I'll mail it out to you. It's not a really great method right now. I'm just kind of testing the waters to see if there's interest. If it does gain in popularity, I may open up like an Etsy page or a dedicated website for the photos. Yeah, I saw a few videos. There's another YouTuber in the Scranton area who made some videos of the aquarium. It looks neat, but for what they charge for admission, I don't plan on going there. It's, I don't know, not really worth it. Altoona Train Station Museum. Oh, I have to look into that. Well, if I make it out there to Altoona, then you could definitely join me. Well, there are car shows throughout the area. Like, I know Nyack Park has a car show. McDade Park has a car show, stuff like that. But just choosing which one would be, another story. Bike week, yeah, that'd be pretty neat. Yeah, Rock and Rob, that I do plan on getting there, though. We actually consider the Turnpike Tunnels as a meetup event, but there's not a whole lot of parking for a lot of visitors, so kind of had a next step. I do plan on getting there hopefully this year. And I haven't been out to Ohio. I do plan on going out there, though, to film the Christmas Story house. Abandoned Turnpike Tunnel in our last video. Yeah, I hope to make it out there, Adventure Nation, sometime this year. It's about 3.5 hours away from me. Breezewood, yep. Yeah, I heard bringing a bicycle is the right thing to do, so I do have one. I just have to see if I still have my bike rack. Well, Eve, thank you, and I'm sure when the time comes you can make arrangements to meet me, or by then you might have a car. Well, Nike, if we end up going to Gettysburg, you should definitely come. It'll be in June. Whitewater rafting trip. I think I'll stay on land. I was in a kayak once. I didn't really do too well on it. Yeah, Philly, there's a lot of crazy stuff. There is an abandoned brewery, I think, in Allentown. I'm going to be trying to film. It's in a really bad area, though, really sketchy neighborhood. Yeah, Ohio's a long ride, but I mean, I'm making the ride to Florida. I'm sure I can handle the ride to Ohio. Doors are locked. They do lock automatically, Barb. And do you want us to ride part of the way home with you? Just want you to stay safe. Yeah, the parking lot I'm in, I'm not worried about. I'm in a pretty good area here. You're the Uber. Come get me. Oh. Nike, did you say where you're located at? Angie M, new subscriber. Thank you so much for subscribing. Eve, yeah, I didn't know you had videos on your channel, so I'll certainly check that out. Yeah, I do have t-shirts for sale. Just head to my Spreadshirt page down in the description. I have all types of merchandise for sale. I have a couple with my ugly mug on it. I have an avatar of myself wearing a blue hat. I have one of me wearing shades leaning against a tree. I have my YouTube logo with a tunnel. So, different stuff there. Yeah, I've been to Reading. I used to drive through Reading when I used to drive straight truck. Reminds me of like the Bronx. AJ. Heather, do you mean JP? Or, because I don't know who AJ is. What's that? Shenane? Ghost noises. I do hear lots of unexplained noises, but can't definitely say it's a ghost or not, you know. Nicholson Bridge, I've been on a train ride over the bridge, and I've seen it in passing, but I haven't been there, at least recently. I thought about maybe getting some drone footage of it. I do have coffee mugs, I think. I don't know which designs are on them. Good night, KZ. Hey, Linda. Things are going pretty good. No, I don't like coffee. Yeah, I know where Pottstown is. I actually drove through there, well, not through there, but near there, going down by Philly and stuff. And I'm glad you like my live streams and chatting with me. Nike, I don't know if I missed the comment. Did you tell me where you're from? If you don't want to, that's okay. I just didn't know if I missed it. I don't know if you have a name. Oh, north of Detroit. Okay, sorry. That'd be a long Uber ride, but if it's worth me coming out there to film some stuff, could definitely look into it. Yeah, I do like hot chocolate instead. But I like hot chocolate made with milk, not with water. It's too watered down then. Kind of picky with it. Let me plug my phone in so I don't die on battery here. There we go. Wawa. Okay, that's a good question. Wawa or Sheetz? For me, I'm a Sheetz guy. I went to Wawa for the grab and go food for my first time last month. I was utterly disappointed. They had very little choices of food that I liked. It was very much disappointing. So if I go to Sheetz, I usually get the garlic tossed boneless chicken bites and their French fries. I can't go wrong with those. And Lily loves their burgers, but Sheetz 100% for me. Swiss Miss, yeah, I can't go wrong with Swiss Miss and some marshmallows in it. Nike Girl, I don't know if I mentioned too, if you're aware, but I do have a Facebook page, so you can always follow me on there, as well as direct message me on there too, and as well as everyone else. If you ever want to chat about something personally without being known publicly, just follow me on my Facebook page or my email. Both links can be found down below. It's JPVideos 81, I think, but just find the link in the description. They'll take you right there. And I'm sure I'll be hitting up some Sheetz on the way down on my road trip. Wawa was very disappointing for me. Yeah, Rockin' Rob, I just saw that too about Chick-fil-A. No, wait. Oh, Chick-fil-A's coming in. I didn't know that. I knew that Lucky's was closing after the Super Bowl. Sheetz, it's SHEETZ. It's basically the alter location of Wawa. Almost like, Coke and Pepsi, Wawa and Sheetz. It's just another spin-off, chain of gas stations. Try the Dr. Pepper barbecue sauce at Sheetz. I might have to do that. Wawa, those of you, I don't know, sure where these places are located at, but they're basically gas stations that have made to order, like Sheetz is called MTO, made to order food. They have little kiosks where you go on a touch screen and choose your food. They make it there on the spot and you take it with you. And Wawa is the same way. Hey Rich, Facebook is a good way to do it. I share all my photos and my video links on Facebook. I have about maybe a little bit over 1,000 followers on Facebook, which isn't too bad. I keep gaining new followers every day, but it's definitely a good way to get your channel name out there and to allow people to chat with you privately through direct message. So let me ask you another question since we have food on the mind here. Out of Wendy's, Burger King, or McDonald's, what's your favorite? And V, I meant to ask you, is V short for something? Like, I don't want to call you V, but I don't know if you want to tell me your name or not. Baconator, Wendy's. A lot of Wendy's fans. All right, Eve, have a good night. Hopefully you get some good sleep. Hardee's, I think there's one somewhere. I don't know. I never ate there though. V, I don't know if you heard me ask. Do you have a first name or do you just like to be called V? 20 Public Square, Wilkes-Barre. What about that? Oh, that's where it's at? Okay. We also have a Chick-fil-A down in the south side, South Scranton. I think I ate there once, but I actually like KFC better. And we had two Sonics here, and they both closed. One in Scranton and one in Wilkes-Barre. The one in Scranton now is a Taco Bell. The one in Wilkes-Barre is still abandoned. Well, for me, I like McDonald's fries the best. For nuggets, I actually like all three. I like Wendy's nuggets, then McDonald's, then Burger King. But Burger King has 10 nuggets for $1 right now, so I usually tend to get those. So it's a good deal. I like Burger King's burgers, but I like Wendy's Frosty. So I like a little bit of everything from each of them. Tilted Kilt. Yeah, it's now abandoned. That was only open a handful of months. I knew that wasn't going to make it. Yeah, that's right above the abandoned Quaker Steak. Chicken fries are good. Yeah, they had a special on those a few months ago. Yeah, the Sonic turned into Taco Bell, which I like, but their prices have went up too. I do like Taco Bell, but it's too expensive. Yeah, Sonic and Wilkes-Barre, I made a video on that location, and it's still empty. Still has the equipment inside and everything. Stop and Shop. Let's see another question I can ask you guys. Okay, I'll call you V then. That's not a problem. Well, here's a kind of silly question, but just to see what you guys think. But live streams, as I mentioned, I enjoy doing them. But do you have a preference if I'm out doing something like I did tonight, like walking around the city or driving around? Or, do you like when I'm at home just talking to you guys? Or do you have a preference? Let me know, because I like to obviously make you guys happy. So for future live streams, when possible, just tell me what you prefer. If I'm out showing you something or just sitting home just talking to you guys, let me know. Bojangles, I never heard of that. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Adam the Woo. Alice, that sounds like from the movie Coming to America. Yeah, I like that tonight too, RJ. It was kind of best of both. Yeah, I guess I could probably vary it. Sometimes stay home, sometimes go out. I definitely want to go back to Scranton again in the summertime. Be a little bit more livelier. Favorite type of food? I can tell you what food I don't like is basically healthy food. I don't eat very good. It's unfortunate. You really should eat better. Carbon monoxide. No, I'm not going to have any carbon monoxide danger. If I was sitting in a garage, that would be a concern, but I'm outside. I don't like really many healthy foods. I like basically like American food, like traditional American food, like burgers, hot dogs, chicken wings, pizza. I love going for Chinese food. Don't have any pets right now. We did have several different pets. I had a couple dogs. My daughter Lily had some hamsters and fish and stuff, but they all passed away, unfortunately. Probably if I ate healthier, I'd probably be in better shape. I mean, I've always been a bigger guy, but probably would lose my gut if I ate healthier. I do love chicken, though, any kind of chicken. I like seafood as far as like cooked shrimp. I don't like raw shrimp. Like shrimps. What's that called? The shrimp that you dip into the sauce. It's cold shrimp. I can't think of it. I don't like that, though. I like garlic shrimp, something like that. I like crab legs. I like lobster. Bye, Nancy. Come from this area. It's Italian, Polish foods. Yeah, I'm Polish and German, so it's right up my alley. Yeah, seafood's not for everyone. I don't like fish. I don't like clams, but I do like shrimp and crab legs and lobster. Yeah, like I mentioned before, I know there's people that eat food on their videos. I don't think I would do that to you guys. I wouldn't torture you like that. What's that? I can't think of the name of it. What's the shrimp, you know, that you get like, they usually have it as like a appetizer like thing. It's usually, you know, it's cooked shrimp, but it's served cold and has the cocktail sauce. I don't know what the hell it's called. It's driving me nuts. Shrimp cocktail, yeah. Something so simple I can't think of it. See, I told you, my mind goes blank in front of the camera. Walking and driving is the best. Well, all right, so future live streams, I'll try my best to have a variety of some at home, some on the road, or out and about. Liver and onions, yuck. Bubba Gump. So here's another silly question, but since you guys are so informative, do you guys prefer me wearing the hat or without? Just curious to see which look you like. Everclear, I'd love to do a video with Adam the Woo, but he's usually over on the West Coast, so be a little difficult. Live stream, Stump JP. Well, it doesn't take much. Hey, Jess, you're still here. I thought you left. Driving around during the day. See your neck of the woods. Yeah, like I said, there's places I could take you during the day, like cemeteries, parks, driving around. So, I mean, I get most of my viewers at night, though. So, if you guys are willing to join me on a morning or afternoon live stream, I could certainly do that. Yeah, that would be awesome to have Woo and Carpetbagger. Carpetbagger came close. No, not, you know, he came to Maryland. He filmed the dark ride that I filmed, Trimpers. But Adam the Woo came to Pennsylvania a few months ago, but then hopped on a plane and headed out. But he went to Roadside America, and I forget where it's at. It's not too far away from me, though, but I plan on going there to film that. But I'm a big fan of Adam the Woo. First video I found of his was the abandoned Six Flags. That's when I discovered him and then started following him on the Daily Woo. Hat or no hat? I typically don't wear a hat, mostly because most hats don't fit me. I have such a huge head, it's ridiculous. But I either wear a beanie or I have to buy an extra large, like stretch hat like this. It's the only way it fits me. Otherwise, the hat will like sit like this and I look like a goofball. Booth at Comic-Con convention. I don't know what I would be having a booth for. I do plan on selling my photos though in person though. Like if I do a meetup event, I do plan on bringing some of my photos for people to buy in person. All right, 11:23. Geez, I've been streaming for a while now. I'm going to wrap it up pretty soon. So, any other things you want to ask or talk about? Here's your chance. Otherwise, I'm going to end it pretty soon. Beanie with a propeller. Doors are locked. I'm not in a dangerous area, so don't worry about that. I'm in the parking lot up near Montage, which is a very safe area. We're near Glenmora. It's a richer neighborhood, so I'm not really the least concerned. If I was in downtown Scranton or Wilkes-Barre, I'd be more concerned. But I appreciate the looking out for me, but I wouldn't do this if I wasn't comfortable. So, camping. Last time I went camping in a tent, I was a little kid. I went camping at Knoebels, but we stayed in a cabin there. Hiking I love, which is pretty much the same thing as exploring to me. Fishing I do like, but I don't have the patience for it. It's usually supposed to be like a relaxing thing to do, but if I don't catch anything within half an hour, I usually pack it up. So patience is sometimes my here we go, I'm getting stumped again. Kryptonite. Here we go. All right, Jacob. Hey, I was going to mention too, you should do a live stream sometime too. I'd love to join in on one of your live streams or premieres. So maybe keep that in mind for the future. But you and your wife have a good night. Yeah, a bunch of eyes if anything happens. That's okay, Kathy. Local stalkers. The only people I'm worried about is the people that are watching the stream and not commenting. Those are the ones that I'm worried about. Theme park vlogs. Well, as I mentioned, I'm going to Disney. I'll be there in 2 weeks on Tuesday. I think the 12th. I'll be at Disney, so it won't be a vlog, but I'll be filming a lot of the dark rides. And I'll definitely be returning to Knoebels to show you what's new there. Dirt track racing, not so much. I do like watching like hill climb racing of like the dune buggies or dirt bikes. I do like the swamp buggy racing. Beer for fishing. Yeah, that's very true. Beer and fishing goes hand in hand. Oakwood Cemetery. Where's that at? See, the only thing about cemeteries that close is a lot of them have gates that block you from going in. But also, if they find you there, you could actually get in trouble for trespassing. So, certain cemeteries are better than others to go to at nighttime, but Hollenbeck Cemetery in Wilkes-Barre would have to be a daytime stream. All right, Nadine, thank you very much. Yeah, that happens all the time with live streams and premieres. All right, Rich, see you later. People watch, but don't always comment, but it's all right. I know if I was in someone's live stream, I usually talk to them. All right, Heather, good night. Hopefully you don't get in too much trouble. Shrimp Scampi, yeah, that's very good. You found me from watching Adam the Woo, really? Oh, that's shocking. That's good to hear. Oakwood would have to be daytime. Okay. Well, Adam Z, I definitely understand where you're coming from with that. But the best way, I know, you probably work a full-time job and stuff like that, but putting out more videos and doing collaborations is a great way to build up your subscriber count. And if you're coming to that meetup in May, like I mentioned, there's 80 people coming right now. So, socialize, network, and get your name out there. And I'd love to have you in my video to, give your channel a plug. So, looking forward to it. Yeah, if we go to Gettysburg, I would definitely probably bring some equipment. I do, though, Gettysburg has some ghost tours, which costs money for that. I don't plan on doing that, but just walking around Gettysburg in general, I could definitely bring my equipment with me and see what's there. Well, Nike, that's why I ask from people is just to be honest and tell me your thoughts, good or bad. I really try to please everyone, although it's unrealistic, but I really do my best to make everyone happy. Good night, Linda. Bring it to Gettysburg. And meet up at Knoebels. Well, Everclear, the problem with that is last year, I don't know if it was last year or year before. Yeah, I don't know, it was last year. I did schedule a meetup for Knoebels and only 2 people showed up, so it's kind of disappointing. I would try it again, but Not sure if anyone would show up because not everyone has money for Knoebels, but Knoebels is the ideal place because they don't charge for parking. They don't charge for admission, so maybe I could try it again this year. If people would like to do a meetup at Knoebels, I could certainly do that, but it's not worth it if only 2 people show up. Anyone could do their own free spirit tours. Okay, that's good to know. I've never been to Gettysburg, so if people pick that, I'd like to go there. Yeah, Nike, sure. Let me know how you found me. Thank you, Colleen. I never traveled to California. I'm hoping to make it out there next year for the Route 66 tour. Yeah, the meetup event in June would be a morning to afternoon event like we always have them. So whether it's Gettysburg or State Park or somewhere else, it'll probably be like around a 10, 11 o'clock meetup and last until the early afternoon. So yeah, I used to camp at Knoebels for the week. We used to rent a cabin there. I love Knoebels. I can't say enough good things about it. Now, Knoebels is free entry. It's basically the largest free admission amusement park. You could park for free. You could enter for free. You can actually bring your own food. You could bring coolers with you. You could either buy wristbands on weekends or tickets during the weekend on the weekend. So it's an awesome park. I usually buy wristbands, but if you go to Wegmans, they sell wristbands for $5 off. And I think Price Right, if I'm not mistaken, or one of the supermarkets sells ticket books for $4 off. $20 book tickets for $16. Watching and crocheting. In a hat or no hat, you look great. Thank you. Weiss, yes, that's it. Thank you. Yeah, so if there's enough interest, I could certainly schedule a meetup for later summer for Knoebels, but I have to have more than 2 people. Yeah, Michelle, that's very true. The spirits are everywhere. Found you watching The Wandering Woodsman. Nike, did you tell me how you found me? Let me scroll back here. I fell asleep at my desk and I woke up and you was playing on YouTube. That's pretty funny. Yeah, Knoebels is great because it's a shady area and you don't have to spend a lot of money. You know, when we go there, we usually bring a cooler full of water. So we don't have to buy water there or buy drinks. You could bring sandwiches with you, but they have great food there. And it's great to just walk around and just take in the whole environment. I don't mean to sound creepy, but I love to people watch. I love to watch people in different environments to see how they are having fun or to see how they're acting. Like when I used to work at the casino as security, watching people was my job. So I kind of became a fan of people watching, but not in a creepy way. So Rebecca, so please know that I love watching you. Thank you for saying hi. And don't be afraid to talk and comment and chat with me, because that's why I do these premieres and live streams, is so I could connect with everyone. Pizza place behind the... Oh yeah, Cesari's. They have really good pizza. They have huge trays of pizza for like, I think $14. Random vids on YouTube. Well, that's how most people find me. Just randomly get videos recommended. I know my abandoned grandmother's house brought a lot of viewers and subscribers to me. Turn the heat back on. It's getting a little cold. It was getting hot in here. But I'm going to flip the camera around. Guess I'm going to leave here. I sat here long enough. I'll keep the stream on a little bit more. And probably going to call it a night. I want to get some rest. So let's turn this around. Yeah, most people seem to find me on abandoned stuff, but it seems like people get upset when I don't put out an abandoned video. Was the free ticket for Knoebels online a scam? Yes, that was a scam. All right, Alice, have a good night. I'll talk to you soon. Good night, Teresa. Well, you too, 72A. Appreciate you stopping by and commenting and chatting with me. New video will be out Monday. I'm not sure what it's going to be. Most likely an abandoned location. So, be on the lookout for that. Let me know too. Do you guys like the premiere videos? I know some of you do, some of you don't. But if you're not sure what the premiere is basically watching the video live with me and allowing you to chat with me while we watch the video. I do like doing those, but I know some people have complained about it. Don't know the specific time. It'll be evening sometime though. If I premiere it, it'll probably be around 8 or 9. If it's just a regular upload, sometime after 6. I'm watching the road. The phone's right in front of me though, so I'm used to looking at it as being an Uber driver because I'm always looking at the map, so I'm multi-talented. Would that be Viewmont Mall? I know Sears closed there. Or no, maybe, yeah, I think it was Viewmont Mall. They tore down the Sears building and made it into a Dick's Sporting Goods and something else. Okay, I did 38. You got me. The passenger's sleeping. That's funny. Yeah, Circle Drive and Flea Market, that's another great place. I usually sell there once a year. And that's a great place to sit there and watch people. That's actually another fun place to maybe do a live stream this coming summer. Circle Drive and Flea Market, that's a pretty cool place to check out a lot of cool antiques and vintage items. That light changed really quick. Avoid taquitos. Well, that was my fault. That light was really quick. And we're going to be coming up on Wendy's again if anyone wants a Frosty. There's also Waffle House, which is pretty popular amongst drunk individuals. Yeah, Smurple, I guess I kind of got used to it because the phone's on my windshield right in front of me, just off to my right. So I'm able to glance at it every so often and not get car sick, and I'm able to stay on the road, so. Waffle House, yeah, they charge a lot of money for some crappy food. It's really greasy. Dunkin' Donuts. Chick's Diner one day. Haven't been there in years. I usually used to go to Terry's Diner a lot. I do like it there. They have a lot of old photos too of Rocky Glen Park. Adam too. If you ever want to make a return trip to Rocky Glen, let me know. I'd be glad to give you a tour of the place. Yeah, not a big fan of Dunkin' Donuts because I don't drink coffee. You know, I love donuts too. I actually like the donuts at Garrity's more than Dunkin' Donuts. Getting car sick. "52 people just watch me drive down a lonely Bernie Ave." Can you guys actually hear like the car or the road through the video or not? I'm not sure if it's picking it up. Alright, yeah, we're going to be passing the Burning Plaza again. This is where we stopped earlier. I showed you the abandoned Kmart. So if you didn't see that part, you could watch it, the replay, and skip through it. There's another Dunkin' Donuts here on the left. This one's closed. I don't have a flat tire, just crappy roads. Okay guys, I think I'm going to call it quits here. I've streamed a little bit over 3 hours, but I had a great time talking with everyone. I want to thank every one of you that tuned in tonight. Those of you that donated with the super chat, those of you that have been with me the whole time, those of you that joined in late, all of you, thank you so much. This is the reason why I do these live streams, and I'm very appreciative of all my viewers. You guys are really awesome, and I really do consider you a part of my YouTube family. Without you guys, I wouldn't be making these videos or doing these live streams. So I will be doing, probably my next live stream will be my road trip, which will be next Sunday, heading to either Tennessee or Florida. So be on the lookout for that. And Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we'll have 3 new uploads. So with that said, if you haven't done so, give the video a thumbs up. And if you'd like to help support me on future adventures and videos, stop by my merchandise shop and my Patreon page. Don't forget, on Patreon, if you donate $2, you'll get exclusive access to upcoming projects before anyone else sees them. I post on there with some photos and some short video clips letting you know where I've been and where I'm going. So if you ever want a sneak peek of what I'm doing next, head on over to Patreon, donate $2, or if you donate $10, I will have your name appear on one of my videos. So with that said, everyone have a good night, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next video.